And we are back on the air with breaking news as we lead into our scheduled stream of Impact 1000 Part 2. Once again, live from JMN Towers, because that's how we balling around this bitch. I am the West Coast Professor, good old JM Jeff Meacham, joined again by my partner in crime on the dads. Not always in wrestling, but we are the dads of wrestling today because all the news is wrestling today. All the news is wrestling today, it seems like. Jesus.
Yes.
JJ
Yes,
Williams is here, the Renegade himself.
Yes.
We will be joined before too long by our Impact commentary team, par excellence, Noah Foster and the Mighty Dattila. So stand by for that. But as we've been off the air here since about 11:30 or so our time.
Give or take, yeah.
Give or take. Well, you know. I gotta stop doing that. Gotta stop watching fucking Bruce Pritchard show. Jesus Christ. Damn you, Conrad. Anyway.
I think some more news has come out, has it not?
All the news, yes. So that's why we started with breaking news again. Because you know. I will try to find the thread unless you've got it handy, because that'd be super there, fellow producer man.
I mean, I try.
Yes.
But yes, we got a whole nother list of WWE talent that has been released.
Yes.
Much like earlier this afternoon, this morning, most of it not real surprising at the end of the day.
Yes.
But again, people are losing their jobs. They're losing their livelihood. It is still sad.
It is.
Go ahead and we'll throw the ticker up here again.
Yeah.
So, of course, earlier today, Mustafa Ali, Aaliyah, Emma, Riddick Moss, Top Dollar, Shelton Benjamin, Elias, Dolph Ziggler. We can now add Quincy Elliott, Daniel MacArthur, Massey and Mansoor. And then rumored releases, Rick Boogs, Dana Brooke, Bryson Montana, Shanky, Dabakato, and Yulisa Leon. Those that are under the rumored category are only because we haven't seen a WWE press release or heard it via social media out of the horse's mouth, so to speak. All the others that are in the confirmed category are people who we have seen post on social media, whether it was the Twitter, now the X, or the Instagram story, something from their own mouths on their accounts saying that they are no longer with the E, if you will.
I like to point out the awesomeness of you copying and pasting the pronunciation, the proper spelling of Massey and Mansoor on there. That's good shit.
Thank you. I did that on purpose.
I appreciate the hell out of that, because everybody else is like M-A-S-E. It's like, Mace got released? Who's that? Mansoor? Who's that? I'm like, no, motherfucker, spell it right. I'm looking at
and
you.
And I got the little chica over the Leon also.
Yeah, if you put the chica, it comes to Leon instead of Leon. If you know, you know. I don't know why I did the peanut thing, but I'll take it. On a steak. Anyway. We're going to hell already. We really just started the show. Cool. It's all right. But yes, all the releases today, and again, majority of them are still not majority. The majority of them have been confirmed at this point by the peoples. But a lot of them are still rumored, but we and the only one that has not been confirmed by the party themselves that in the confirmed category is Dolph Ziggler, but very reliable people have talked about it, the fact that he's gone, including our buddy John Cena. So that's why we are sticking it in the confirmed column. And I did want to, if you would like, bring up the tweet that John put out there again, because I just thought that was super cool of him to do that. Again, this is not too long after the news started breaking across the multiverse, if you will. 1,554 matches at Heel Ziggler, #respect. I mean, John very rarely posts on either of his social accounts, Twitter or Instagram. Instagram, he just does post stupid shit because he's funny, thinks he's funny, and most of the time he is. But Twitter, he usually sticks to promoting things or handing out the Dory Lou style positive message, which I think is super cool. He was very specific and actually talked about Nick, which I thought was cool.
I agree.
But I did add to the graphic line up here. A post from our old buddy Carlin Baith, of course, who works for the Kings and has been featured on this channel thanks to this man here for my anniversary shows. Longtime friend of the channel. Used to work, has been with the Kings in one form or another since 2009. That just hit me right now in the head, how long she's been with the Kings. Like, holy shit, it's 15 years almost. Oh my God. I'll figure, Dylan was a baby when she started on the ice career. So it's, makes sense. But yeah, she said, as a gal who didn't get into wrestling until my mid-20s, I quite literally wouldn't have gotten hooked if I didn't see Heel Ziggler, Dolph, care as much as he did. He sold me on it every match because that's what he does. Always gave his all while being a darn good human being too. And that's what you don't hear a lot about, at least not till really recently, about Nick, of how decent a human being he is. I've been saying it forever because we both met him years ago, and he's always treated us like cool in the gang. So, but it's cool to see our peoples do it too.
Yeah, Nick is one of those guys who, from the beginning when we first met him, we were like, okay, yeah, you're cool people. We can.
Yep.
Are we 5 minutes in yet?
Yep.
Okay, you're cool. We can fucks with you.
Right, exactly. Yep.
I mean, I think what really sold Dolph to me, and I don't know about you, but it was the day we went to see Morrison do the improv comedy.
Yes.
And he was just kind of there, chilling in the back at the table with us.
Yeah.
Not in Dolph mode, just talking to us like a regular dude.
Yep.
We weren't harassing him for pictures or autographs. We just were talking to him like he was some other patron in the club.
Which he was. So,
but I mean, he was also Dolph Ziggler, but but we're not talking to, we're not marking out. We're talking to him like he is Nick Nemeth on his time off, not in work mode, which is exactly what it was.
Yes, it was cool. Yeah.
We weren't talking to him like he's WWE superstar Dolph Ziggler. And the banter and the politeness, if you will.
Yes.
That he came across with us because we were treating him like a person.
Yeah.
Always endeared himself to me. And I think that's why every time we saw him in Dolph mode after that, he was kind of willing to give back to us because he probably remembered that in the back of his head. Like, these guys weren't super obsessive when they saw me. They just treated me like a regular dude.
It was cool that, I ran to him, because the way, the club, IO West, I can remember the club right now. The way it was set up, I'm going to talk because I'm going to change shirts. I realize I have a much better shirt to be talking about Dolph Ziggler, so bear with me here. The way I ran to him in the, for lack of a term, the balcony bar setup, because literally it was like a walk up upstairs inside the same room. It was like the overlooked the round stage, if you will. So just up there, just BSing with him, and he ended up walking downstairs with me and sitting at a table with you, me, Melina, and everybody else. I was like, all right, cool, that works. So it was just a cool thing that he was so just matter of fact and just there to support his buddy John. So it was cool. And then of course, in recent years, his fandom of a certain band led to his fandom of another band. So I'm going to go ahead and throw all the Kitty merch on now. Just again, having him wear this shirt in a picture standing next to Ric Flair or in a video talking to Flair. It's like, even in wrestling, even have anything to do with wrestling, you see Ric Flair and you go, okay, well, that's Dolph with him. Oh shit. What's the shirt? And they look down, they see Paradise Kitty, people start Googling.
Yep.
Of course, he and Jess Roberts have been to pretty much, if they go to Arizona or they come here, or Chris or he and Jess Roberts come here, and it's all in the family. So I said it earlier and I mean it. It's cool that Nick is gonna be able to finally properly spread his creative wings. And we'll see how far he can fly now.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for him. I know usually these days are like, oh, we're sad for them. We wish them well in their future endeavors, and we always do. But I'm not really sad for the majority of these people. And I say that because the majority of them will be able to bounce back, whether it's AEW, Impact Wrestling, overseas, and quite a few of them are going to be like, all right, I'm good on the business. I think Nick is in that group.
Agreed.
The one that bums me out a lot is Dana Brooke, as far as the ones released since we went off the air earlier, is Dana. And I know people go back and forth on Dana, like your head just went back and forth. I always saw potential in Dana. And I think that WWE didn't book her to that. And now their lack of effort with her has cost her job. And I think
that's fair. I mean, Dana Brooke, Emma, Aaliyah, these are women that came up during my hiatus, so I don't have the connection to them, which is why you kind of get me doing the
right now I got you
type of thing. From what I saw of them, they didn't really add anything to the women's division.
Right.
But they also didn't take away anything either. It wasn't like, oh my God, get these girls off of my TV screen. They're god awful.
Yes.
So it was the nice little counterbalance, because at the end of the day, much like we were talking earlier, you need people to feed to the system.
Right.
You need girls to be your jobbers, to your Beckys, to your Rheas, to your Baileys, to your Natalias. Right. And these are women that could very easily fill that role.
Yeah.
Aaliyah was freaking tag champ with Raquel.
Yeah.
Recently here.
Yeah. And Aaliyah will always be part of, unfortunately for Natty, one of her Guinness World Records for the shortest match in WWE history, but or at least in women's history. But again, she's part of the stat that'll be in the books at least until how in the hell it's going to be broken. I don't know, because I think it was literally 3 seconds. So I don't know how they're going to break that one like they did the honky tonky meter. But it'd be fun to watch them try. We're going to defy wrestling rules and be less than 3 seconds. And again, we talked about earlier, these women that have been, in that jobber status, could have very easily been fed to, I hate to use the word but that's what they called her, the impending Jadeberg. Feed them bitches to that bitch, and off she goes to the races.
Absolutely.
Because it's a matter of when now, that if you believe the rumor window, she's going to be at the PC. So just give me the Jade Cargill on my TV again with the WWE banner behind her, all the things, please. Yes. As far as the men's side, I tend to agree with Colin. I put his comment up earlier. Shelton and Ziggs are the other ones that surprised me, but not even really Dolph so much, because again, I've been in communication with Dolph, and it just seemed like everybody was waiting for it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
For a while now. Benjamin only surprises me because it seemed like they were starting to go somewhere with him and Cedric again, and now they're not. So I'm surprised they haven't laid the band hammer on Cedric yet either. I'm really surprised that hasn't been a thing so far this afternoon.
I agree. I totally expect that to come down, just like the rest of Hit Row.
Yeah.
We've been discussing that since we were on the air the last time.
Yeah. And yeah, I've all but said it on the air that Nick's been wanting to get cut loose for a long time. So it's rather than sit here and be, morose about it, I want to go outside, throw him a friggin' parade, like, yay, finally got free. So 2 more names. There you go. I saw him go up there. Kevin Ventura, Cortez, and Alexis Gray. Again, these aren't, if you don't watch NXT or don't follow the roster signings to detail like we are supposed to, you're not going to know these names, unfortunately.
Well, even I didn't know these names. I'm waiting for the ticker to come back through. Daniel MacArthur.
Right.
These are just people who've been in the Performance Center for the better part of the last year. They got signed after SummerSlam 2022.
Yes.
Most of them collegiate athletes.
Right.
But never got to have their debut matches.
No.
So it's kind of just a whatever with them, no disrespect.
No.
You know, they don't have the fan base that the other names do.
Right.
So it's just kind of a thing there.
Question for the chat room, because I mentioned Mustafa Ali earlier. Was Jinder Mahal on the show in India? The Superstar Showcase, whatever it was called last week?
I believe he was. Don't quote
Okay.
me. I believe Indashir was. And since
Okay.
he is their manager,
Okay.
that would have put him there.
Okay. And Shanky's not part of that. Shanky's a different
Yeah, Shanky was NXT.
Okay. Was Shanky the one that was like trying to like flirt with what's her name at ringside and dancing with her? Or am I thinking of somebody else
I
completely?
think so, yeah.
Okay. Like I said, there's a lot of people on this goddamn roster.
Yes.
Hard to keep track.
Definitely hard to keep track. Definitely get the feeling that more names are coming.
Yeah.
You know, just like Veer Mahan. Veer is coming. More cuts are coming.
Hopefully
it won't be tomorrow. That way, you know, I can get through my day doing the stuff that I actually need to do tomorrow.
Right.
Especially with it being a short day with the kids at school.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully we can get through until at least Monday or Tuesday before they do some more of this stuff. But, you know.
Yes. Because this shit derailed our day completely.
Yeah. I dropped the kids off at school. I grabbed breakfast. I got back home. My plan was legitimately to sit here where I am right now, watch Dead Men on Campus with Mark Paul Gosselaar and Tom Everett Scott so that I could take my notes to review it, film my review of Secret Invasion, and then pick the kids up from school. But no, WWE decided that, you know, they wanted to go and mess stuff up for me. So, you know, got home, scarfed down that breakfast, went on the air for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Then went online and went on with Aaron for about 15 of his 30 minutes, 10 of his 30 minutes.
Damn, dude, I guess.
Then had enough time to brew me some coffee and, you know, start to see the names rolling through as who the next round of cuts were.
It's like, here it comes.
Like, Jesus, here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
About 1:30, they started to come through. So, you know, to the internet wrestling journalists that said it was supposed to start at 2:00, you lied.
You're wrong again.
It came at 1:30, not 2:00.
That's right. Yeah, uninformed
Granted,
schmucks.
you know, 30 minutes is 30 minutes in most cases, but still, you know,
hey,
they expect us to subscribe to their magazines and they expect us to believe everything they say, and they lied.
That's right. But in their defense, if they've been through the other way, we got a free Domino's pizza out of it. So, you know.
That's right.
At this point, we had to pay for it extra because she came early. And you always pay when shit comes early, folks. That's always a problem.
Damn right.
You come early, by God. That's a problem and a half. That's from the wrong channel. We'll talk about that. That's okay. That's stupid shit. Whatever. I don't care. Damn it. Yeah. I asked about Mahal because I'm like, I'd be very surprised if the three of them weren't on the chopping block next.
I agree.
And it sucks because, like, you know.
I don't know, though, because WWE, even more and more now than they have been in the last few years, is really trying to expand that international market.
Which is why, yeah.
So I don't think you get rid of all of them, because then what do you have for the Indian market?
Yeah. I mean,
you've got to at least keep one of them.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
in which case, it would be Mahal for me.
Which is weird because everyone talks about how that's one of the worst title reigns of all time. But
yes.
At the same time, is Jinder past his prime, whereas Veer or Sangha are the young lion that have a good 5 or so years left in them, maybe 10 years, to be in that market, whereas Jinder has been around, granted, you know, on and off, released, came back, but 12 years, going back to like 3MB and shit.
Yeah.
You know, Jinder's best days are behind him. I think Viren Sanga's best days are in front of them, and they're that big meaty men slapping meat type of persona that Vinnie Mac loves.
Well,
So you
yes.
need a strong monster international heel. I think you're going to get more mileage out of them than you will Jinder. Just
If Veer hadn't been coming for 6 months, I would agree. Like, he's a meme now.
Hey, you know what? Better to be coming for 6 months than to come too soon.
Yeah, but he came so much, he's no longer viral. Just saying. He's no longer a vital. Okay, we're going to stop anyway before we get
Yeah, I was going to say, let's just let that go.
let it go.
We've got about 25 minutes left on this before we turn over to the real meat and potatoes of why we're here today. The Impact 1000 Night 2 watch along.
And again,
Emmanuel, how is it going? Good to see you there. Just want to address for everybody in the chat.
Yes.
We're not putting comments up on screen right now unless you guys super chat. We're not trying to be dicks. We're not trying to be rude about it, but
yes,
we want to make sure that we focus on the topic at hand. So if you have a comment about a released superstar, if you've got a name that you think might be released and you'd like us to address, super chat it. We will address it. Plus, we are trying to get this all done so that once we shift focus to Impact 1000, we don't have all this conversation blowing up the chat, and we can actually focus on what is on our screens and what we're supposed to be talking about. And that is the fact that the little engine that could, NWA TNA, Impact Wrestling, Global Force Wrestling, Ring Ka King, the house that Jeff Jarrett built with his daddy, has reached 1,000 episodes, even though this is going to be 1,001. Technically, because
they have surpassed the Haunted Mansion's quota officially. And I appreciate you saying not trying to be a dick here. I am full on trying to be a dick here. I am showing nut here right now. Y'all get the warning now. Stay on topic, or you will get timed out.
You may have to address that again later because not everybody stays around.
I will.
People
and
come
I
and
will.
go.
And we'll have the ticker going when to say that. But we'll get timed out. And if you come back off your timeout, if you come out of that corner with your dunce cap off, and you continue to mess around and go try to take the conversation off topic, I don't care if you've been a fan for 3.5 years like I've been. I don't care if you've been an ODQ fan since NoDQ before NoDQ had a YouTube. The ban hammer will go down. Because y'all don't super chat near enough to warrant me dealing with your bullshit in the chat room. And those of you that do super chat, I'm not talking to you. Those of you that subscribe to JJ's channel, I'm not talking to you.
Yes.
You know if I'm talking to you. You guys know who you are. God damn it, Walter, you sick bastard. Y'all know who I'm talking to. So don't get out of line.
Pretty much.
It's super chat and stay intact. It's simple as that.
Thank you, Walter, and I'm gonna throw that one up there.
That's right. If you want to dictate, super chat, stay intact, simple as that. There you go, and that's that. God.
And it's like that.
It's like that, huh?
It's like that.
Exactly like that. By God, because
that was Dubbar Swift's old catchphrase. Yeah. He'd cut a promo and be like, "And it's like that." And then his tag team partner Smoke would say, "Believe that."
Now,
and it's like that. Believe that. And it's like that. Yeah. What?
And if you know who Dubbar Swift and Smoke are without asking one of us off air, you are our people. We can fuck with you too today.
That is right.
Because, I think 10 people in our entire circle that watch this show will know who those two are. And I'm being generous saying 10, if I'm being honest. As far as the regular viewers on the regular, I think 10's generous, but that's okay. Stay on topic. Simple as that. That's right, kids. It's not difficult to stay on topic.
No, it's not.
I understand some of you have that ADHD gene and just have to talk about, whatever else is going on in wrestling that has nothing to do with Impact Wrestling. And by the way, when the knockouts come out, I am all about encouraging Velvet to let the pigeons loose because, damn it, that's why we're here for that. Okay.
Right. Someone has to be on the air to say that because we all know Noah's not going to. He tries to keep things clean. And I doubt Attila's going to do it because she's a female. So one of us has to be on the call for that moment so we can pull the Taz and call out, let the pigeons loose.
I will not only do it, I will actually say it in the Taz voice. I will do that tonight, just for you folks. I don't like a little Oompa Loompa, but I will do it tonight, bro. Anyway, there you go.
Got a quick $2 super chat from Emmanuel. Thank you very much. Says, since he won't be here on Saturday because he's going to a WWE house show. So he's not even going to No Mercy in Bakersfield. He's going to a house show.
Where's the house show this weekend?
I don't know.
Because he's local too.
That's true. Emmanuel, where's the house show this weekend? Because I know Raw is in Ontario next week. And then I know the NXT is in Bakersfield. For whatever reason, they're skipping Anaheim.
As they should.
You know what? Don't act like if you were at work and you knew that they were right down the street that you wouldn't go as soon as you got off the clock. Especially if it was SmackDown. Especially with the bloodline. Don't front on me, Meacham.
I wasn't going to. I was going to agree with you when you stopped talking.
I know.
Okay. Doesn't mean I'm not going to pay to go see them. They want to comp me. That's fine.
But thank you very much, Emmanuel, for the super chat. We do appreciate that.
Are you going to Palm Desert, Emmanuel? Holy shit. No, wait. No, Saturday. Yeah, Palm Desert. God damn, that's a drive, brother. God bless you. Holy shit.
Well, don't they live a little bit closer to San Diego?
They're going to Coachella also. That makes more sense. Oh, wait, no. Oh, no. It's at the place where Coachella is. Okay, I got you. It's at the Acro. Okay. Acro needs to stop buying stadiums and arenas or stop name sponsoring. They freaking did it in Pittsburgh. That was bad enough. Take away Heinz Field, but now they're doing it out here too. Knock that shit off, you guys. So yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, I thought they lived closer to here or closer to LA, but okay. Either way, going to WWE shows never about and yeah. If the superstars matter, if you guys believe in the superstars, you're going to see these house shows. Buy their merch, man. It's the only way they're going to keep their jobs.
Exactly. High ratings and merchandise sales.
Merchandise.
When you have a match like Johnny Gargano versus Giovanni Vinci, which is the lowest rated segment in WWE history, you're kind of on the chopping block when stuff like this comes around.
And yet both those guys are popular and are selling merch, especially Vinci because he's part of Imperium.
Yeah. So, well, let's be real. Vinci isn't selling merch. Gunther is selling merch. It just happens to be Imperium merch, and he's a part of Imperium.
No,
let's be real. It's the same with Ludwig Kaiser.
No, I know.
They're not the ones selling the merch. It just happens. It would be like saying that Dave Bautista was selling merch when it was an Evolution shirt. It's like the dude wasn't even there when they filmed the majority of their promo. That was Mark Jindrak that they cut out of the promos.
He's not wrong there, folks.
And since I mentioned Evolution, isn't it sad that Ric Flair is the most recent one of them to have a match?
Nah.
Yeah, his final match against Jared Lethal was the most recent match for any member of Evolution because Triple H put his boots in the ring that year at Mania. Batista's been gone with his acting and Randy with his injury. Ric Flair having his last match last year was the most recent match by any member of Evolution.
I am checking that stat. I don't disbelieve you, but I thought Randy wrestled after that match, after the Flair show. Holy shit, if that's right, that is disturbing on levels. Not Tandy, goddamn fat thumbs. Tandy Orton. That should be Randy's freaking tag team twin sister like Santina Morella. Randy and Tandy. There's your gimmick, Vince. You're welcome. I don't know why I'm Perry Saturn. That's okay. No, I can't Perry Saturn because people actually know where I am. Let's see. Oh my God. You're not wrong.
I know I'm not.
Freaking the last match Randy,
Stat Boy approved.
The last time Randy had a match was when he and Riddle dropped the belts to the Usos. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
That was in May of last. Oh my God. That's horrible. That is horrible. The evolution is an injury, or they are retirees.
But Orton was spotted at the PC yesterday.
This is true. Yeah.
His injury could be enough where he's able to get back in the ring, start getting the rust off, and we could possibly see him in time for Fastlane.
God damn, he can't be any rustier than Flair at his age. Jesus. Out there squeaking along there in the match with him and freaking Andrade against Lethal and Jarrett. Who, by the way, let's give Jeff Jarrett some flowers. Jesus Christ, he's still wrestling a year later.
Well, you know me. You know I'm all about giving Jarrett his flowers.
That's right.
I love watching our open mic night intro back now on Hindsight because you're just like, you know, since this is a let's love Jeff Jarrett thing according to JJ, and like now you're all on the Jarrett bandwagon right along with me.
You know what? Hey, I am,
because you acknowledge the fact that he is great.
That's right. I can do that. The intros on my world though every week. The greatest professional wrestler of all time. It's like, God damn it, Conrad, just stuff that sign. Shut up.
Hey, Conrad is the man who used to change the channel and go to the bathroom whenever Jeff Jarrett came on the TV. If he can acknowledge that he's the greatest wrestler, damn it.
Seriously. I guess if Conrad can be converted, anybody can, right? I've never well, that's not true. That's a big fat lie. Hang on. Let me phrase properly. I've never felt compelled to turn my TV away when Jarrett was on. Was I ever Jarrett's biggest fan? Absolutely not. But I do enjoy the presentation. And I was one of the few that was like I get why he's NWA champion for all this time, because you got to rely on who you got to rely on. Mr. Reliable, like we talked earlier with Walter.
Yep.
You're not gonna bail on your own company. So, but yeah, it's just crazy to me that a year ago or a year and a half ago, when Randy had his last match, Jarrett was a WWE executive who was going to be a special referee at SummerSlam, has that program with Flair, and now he's freaking AEW on the regular. AEW behind the scenes on the regular too. So dude knows his shizit. What can I say? But yeah, Randy Orton and RK Bro dropped I think they were the Raw champions at the time, if I remember. Yeah, because Usos were SmackDown champions. And that was out in Grand Rapids, Michigan, near No DQ HQ. So there you go. Grand Rapids, which I found out by listening to JR's podcast this morning, the home of former President Gerald Ford. Doom, doom, doom. Is Riddle safe? No. Riddle's not safe at all. I don't think. He's too problematic. He's got too much drama around that boy.
See, if Randy wasn't spotted at the PC, I'd say no, he's not.
Mm-hmm.
But with Randy being spotted at the PC and knowing that we've got to get back to the Riddle Orton thing, especially since Riddle seems to have kind of like moved on without Randy.
That's true.
Summoning Drew McIntyre to be his partner for a while.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think we need to get back to that. Now Randy has to be the heel. Yeah. Because Riddle moved on from him. Supposed to be the friend, and you left me high and dry.
Or maybe they still do it with Riddle, where he's like, "Man, I put myself behind you, and you're so old and fragile, you got hurt, and I had to move on with it. And now you're back trying to reclaim the spot that I had to fill in your app." Dude, they can totally still do it with Matt if they really want to. There's a way to thread it. Since he's a subscriber, Manuel, give it time. Hit row is going to be on Skid Row and Unemployment Row before too long. It's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm counting down to that one. But yeah, those guys. Apollo Crews was mentioned during, I think, the NWQ chat.
Yes.
He's if Commander Aziz is gone, Apollo's got to be not far behind. And I'm not trying to shit on anybody, but what has Apollo done since?
I mean, when he first came down to NXT last year,
yeah,
he really was making some waves and he was doing some stuff. Then Commander Aziz showed up as Dabakato, or as I like to call him, Debo Keto.
You know.
And they did their thing, and then Apollo got drafted. And ever since the draft, he's like done nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been on TV less than Mustafa Ali has. Mustafa was the first one announced this morning.
He's been on TV less than Cameron Grimes, Isla Dawn, Alba Fire, Caden Carter, and Katana Chance combined since the draft.
True. But I also enjoy watching Isla and Alba and
of course.
Katana and Caden.
But these are other names that I'm worried about too, because what have they done on the main roster since their draft?
Yeah.
Cameron had a mini program going, and then they pumped the brakes on him.
Yep.
Isla and Alba lost their tag titles to Ronda and Shayna. We all see how that developed.
Couldn't get their names right on TV either. Right, Michael Cole?
Katana and Caden have had a couple of matches, but nothing really monumental. So it's one of the things. And then we've got Nia Jax back.
Right. And again, good, bad, loud boos, loud cheers, reactions are a thing.
Mm-hmm. The more you react, the better it is for them.
Yep. And people reacted
to react.
Yeah. Yeah. People reacted to Nia. It wasn't a happy reaction, but they reacted. So, we got something. They're pissed off. Let's keep doing it. It's like, no, don't keep doing it. And I forget who was it. Oh, it was Stevie Richards on his What Went Wrong thing. She legitimately could have hurt Rhea by not holding on during the bonsai drop. It's like, God, like, did she learn nothing while she was gone? What the fuck?
Don't know.
Rhea Ripley is the money in the women's division. They're going to Australia for the Chamber show because of Rhea being on the roster, because it sure as fuck wasn't Emma, apparently. And then you're going to let freaking Nia just potentially injure her worse.
Yeah.
Like, all the people being cut today, and they let her back on the roster.
It's crazy.
It's risky, is what it is. We all know the old man's 3 shades south of crazy at this point, but risky is so not like this company has been. They don't take unnecessary risks because they can't afford to.
Yeah,
and yet
they definitely can't now.
Well, yeah, especially with the women's division. We've talked the last 2 weeks about the women's division, how it's just hit a line and it's not doing anything. It's just here. It's not getting worse, but it's not getting back where it was either. It's just treading water. The AEW women's division seems to be getting worse. The Impact division, which we're going to see tonight in the showcase, has been the showcase for a decade or more.
Yeah, and I still think that the 3 women, Aaliyah, Emma, and Dana, need to all go to Impact.
Yep. Tenille was there before, so bring her back. Absolutely. Matter of fact, when she came back to WWE, she had everything about her Tenille Dashwood entrance, except the fact that she was just called Emma again. So just freaking Control-Alt-Delete, brother. Reset button for her. Hell, put her back with Dana. They were great in NXT together before Asuka squashed the shit out of both of them. That was in the black and gold. That was in the early black and gold, first time on the network NXT back in the day. So put that together. And Aaliyah's just a baby. Nothing but future and upside.
Yeah.
And she's got the look. She does. She's got a great look to her. She's got an attitude that is just desirable for any promoter, booker, whatever you want to call it. Just goddamn, man. Those three in particular should be knockouts after their whatever the no compete's over, if they even have one. So this show tonight is just going to be, I am so looking forward to what is booked for sure, what we're potentially going to see for surprises. You know, I have been so impressed with Impact's presentation, what they've given us to look forward to every week. I really just think that people should give them a chance. And I know that's asking a lot, and I understand that. But, you know, we're getting Feast or Fired back, which is always a cool concept.
Well, they did Feast or Fired last week.
Right.
This week they're supposed to announce the results.
Right.
Who got which briefcase.
You know, Josh Alexander and Trey Miguel, which, again, you know, Trey Miguel, you know, he was talked about a lot last week because he ranked high in that apparently venerated PWI 500, which whatever. But he was happy about it, and so was his woman. So I'm not going to downplay it in this case. He was up there high on that list. He's facing Josh Alexander, who's been Impact's guy for a while now. You've got that match. You've got Jake Stumping and Dirty Dango, who people shit on Dango all you want. Dude's WrestleMania debut, he beats Chris Jericho. He's one of my dad. My dad is so pissed off at WWE for letting him get away. To this, even now. Like, whenever I mention that where Dango is, he's like, why is he in that damn promotion? Because they're giving him a friggin' chance. That's why. And no, don't give TNA a chance, because TNA, Bruce Pritchard killed the TNA name years ago. Eric Young and EY and Kenny King, two people who have been, you know, in and out of Impact a lot. Those guys are still, you know, even and the point in their career they're at, which, you know, is not the beginning, obviously. They're still awesome. Ultimate X, which, you know, you and I, early days watching, you know, the old X Division matches, and the people in that match, like, let's fucking go with that, right? And then the knockouts match. 10 knockout tag match, lack of a better term. You know, Trinity, Jordan, Mickey, Gale, and Kong with Raisha Saeed back, which I think is cool, against Deanna, Tasha, Giselle, Savannah, and Angelina with Jai Vidal and Velvet Sky. So yes, we are letting all the pigeons loose, every last one of them. But we're going to have an awesome tag match as well, because you've got 10 talented women, you've got talented people at ringside. It's just awesome. And now that I've rambled on and on about what we're going to see here in a couple minutes, or at least we're going to start covering, let's go ahead and switch on over to the other side, break on through to the other side, if you will. And we'll be back with our coverage of our pre-show for Impact Wrestling.
Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
the Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
In a day, why are we? There we go. Reroute, take two. In a day full of crazy news from the other side of the wrestling world, if you will, we are here with consistency and awesomeness from the little engine that nobody said could. Night 2 of Impact 1000. Welcome, one and all, to our coverage of Impact 1001 here on the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media. Let's go ahead and just bring everybody in right now. What is going on, everybody? We've got, I don't know why I'm up here. I need to be down there because I'm not going to be part of this for the whole thing. We are joined by the commentary team for now because our color commentator is on her way, apparently. Noah Foster, JJ Williams, the simple man and the Renegator here to give us the action, the call of the action. I'm that. Gentlemen, again, we talked about it last week because we were going into the show. Impact Wrestling is just that. It's literally the gift that keeps on giving to the wrestling world because they just have that consistent presentation of quality, and in the case of the knockouts, excellence in women's wrestling. Am I right, Noah?
Damn right. As the knockouts kick things off on BTI with Killer Kelly and Macho Slammers, MK Ultra, having fun with the Death Dolls, of course, Courtney Rush and Jessica Havoc. Again, the knockouts, the premier women's division on the Western Front when it comes to representation, respect, booking, and dynamics, and quantity and quality of professional wrestling. Not named Stardom, which is on the other side of the world. And tonight we are going to see a generational summit of 10 of the best knockouts to go through this company then and now. I cannot wait for tonight.
Right.
As I look at Killer Kelly right now, clocking Courtney Rush to the side of the head.
I was very blessed to finally see Killer Kelly live in person as part of the, I think it was the Ultimate Wrestling show I went to. I've been to a few shows here recently. I can't keep track of everything, unfortunately. But it's all good. It's all good. So she's just another level presentation. She's awesome. I love her. She's been fun to watch. Did we lose JJ? What happened?
No, it is here. And again, to your point, Killer Kelly's presentation speaks so much volume without saying anything. And speaking of which, JJ, speak now, forever hold your peace.
Hello, hello.
There we go.
No, I'm here. We were on early talking about some of the most recent releases, and then we did a transfer over to go from that backdrop to this backdrop to switch over rooms and everything. And for whatever reason, like all the images on my side didn't load proper.
Oh.
So I just refreshed my screen here once we got through everything so that everything was loaded properly in case I've got to get the hot tag for productions and whatnot.
Got it.
That's all good.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Always good to see you too. I like the fact that you now got the four-sided ring here with the Anthem logo. Of course, Impact Wrestling is underneath the Anthem Entertainment umbrella. And of course, for those that want to tune into the action, you can find it on Access TV via your local cable or satellite provider, or simply put for $1, kid you not, $1 a month. Watch it commercial-free 90-minute stream, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, weekly on Thursday nights, courtesy of Impact Wrestling's YouTube channel. So become an insider today and be part of the fun and make your own impact.
That's right. It's true value for your top dollar, unlike the WWE release today. Anyway,
and that's what we're going to be doing. So again, for people in the chat room, if you guys are watching the Impact broadcast that starts at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific, please don't post spoilers in the chat room. We won't be beginning our coverage until 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific because of the commercial-free coverage that we get.
Yes.
Speaking of commercial-free, the knockouts are going commercial-free before the broadcast even begins. Macho Slammers and Killer Kelly just throwing caution the win. Just throwing their bodies into Jessica Havoc and Courtney Rush, the Death Dolls. As again, if you want to find out what's Impact Wrestling, simple. Go to their YouTube channel, check out BTI before the Impact. It's Tom Hannigan and GM Miller. Call the action currently right now with this Knockouts Tag Team action. And anytime MK Ultra's on my screen, I'm always in a good mood. Oh, PK. Covered by Macho, lateral press. 1 count only.
Which I could be wrong, but isn't this the match that aired last week? And they're just kind of repeating it for BTI, or is this something different? Because
it's still a knockout. Oh, Fisherman suplex. To your point, JJ, last week was Jody Fret versus Kylan King, and due to a referee's misposition, Kylan King got shafted in a decision, and I still don't think there's any love lost in that match. I really hope they run that back. But that was a singles action with the knockouts between Jody Fret and Kylan King. And meanwhile, Killer Kelly, so
that just goes to show how little I am versed in the Impact product. Because when I first kicked over, I was seeing the Team 3D reunion from last week. They were showing some of Feast and Fired for last week. So I was just under the impression that this was more of those highlights from last week.
Well, that is what BTI is majorly about. It does highlight basically what's brought us to this point and what you could expect. And speaking of what we could expect, tonight we will learn the results of Feast or Fired. And apparently we will also learn Will Ospreay's opponent for Bound for Glory.
That should be good.
Yes.
Give me a moment or two, gentlemen. I'm going to go off screen so I can eat. I just had dinner brought home, and I want to get this McDonald's down before it starts to get cold.
You are good, brother. No worries.
Courtney Rush from both legs against a 2 count. That's perfectly fine, JJ. Again, we're not even with the actual action here. We're just BTI. We're shooting the breeze as the knockouts again. They can hear on Impact 1000 Part 2. And you see also above these knockouts here, those red ropes in a cross formation among these trusses, which can only mean one thing, Jeff. A standout for Impact Wrestling. The X Division takes center stage in Ultimate X.
I am bringing that graphic up right now. Get out of my head. Impact Wrestling television presentation. This is what we're going to see, brother. Let's see if I can actually make it work. There it goes. There it is.
Ultimate X is always a hell of a hot opener whenever it comes to Impact Wrestling, whether it's pay-per-view or TV product. And the thing, tonight marks, get this, the 50th Ultimate X match in this company's history. And amongst these 6 people, everybody here, except for, I believe, we're a kid, has previous Ultimate X experience.
And that could prove to be the difference. Maybe Laredo's debut will either propel him to victory to prove himself or be his downfall from lack of experience. So
Death Doll is trying to propel themselves to victory to get another chance to knock out for a tag team championship. Courtney Rush comes in with a leg drop. Cover Havoc botch. And cover near fall on Killer Kelly. For those that don't know, Havoc, aka Jessica Havoc, former Knockouts World Champion, Decay, Courtney Rush, Rosemary, we want to call it, former Knockouts Tag Team Champions. They are the ones dressed out of the 80s in the pink and green neon. Double DDT takeover, though, by Killer Kelly. Tad to match the Slamovix now. And Slamovix, again, the unstoppable juggernaut for a period of time during her short stint in Impact Wrestling. Now, her first piece of gold as one half of MK Ultra, the current Knockouts Tag Team Champions. The speed and the violent dynamic. Of Masha is just unbelievable. The cover, lateral press.
She is another level. We actually had Havoc earmarked for Wild Wrestling when I was helping book that company. God, almost 14 years ago. So she's been a standout wrestler for a long time. It's cool to see her get her long overdue in Impact Wrestling.
20-year-plus veteran, of course, will also went through along the lines of Smash Wrestling, where her and Courtney Rush first feuded back when Courtney Rush was Rosemary. So these two have a lot of history. Oh, God, and a headbutt to the heart. Not much history with that besides how effective that is.
Yeah, just brutal. So we had a chance to talk to you. I know you're doing commentary, but we'll talk in between matches if you prefer. Just wanted to, when you get an opportunity to get your take on the releases today, because I know there's a lot going on in the wrestling world today, and
you digress.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy to share my fair, simple take on that as well. I mean, again, it's just not simple knockouts tag team action. Oh God, what a spinning back heel kick by Masha and hook and grudge. Oh, snowplow on Havoc, covered by Masha. Masha smashes the competition again. MK Ultra victorious,
as she do.
And Killer Kelly crawls in for celebration. Figure that out what you will.
Yeah, you know.
How do I feel like people are literally writing fanfics right now of these two, just based on their entrance and presentation alone?
Right.
Anyway, so back to the congratulations to Killer Kayamachi Slavovics. Again, the most dominant tag team right now in Impact Wrestling, male or female, and I dare to say otherwise.
Yes.
So,
and
yeah.
I am bringing the releases now in the chat room, folks, because we want to make sure we get them completely out of the way before we hit Impact Live. So
that's fair. It's one of those things that comes with business. Whenever it comes to mergers, you're always going to have liquidations. I expected this type of activity to happen.
Yeah.
But I will say a couple of the names kind of surprised me. When I think about Dolph Ziggler, he is that worker. He is your go-to. He is utility. He is there as proving ground to guide talent. But me and Jay, they slowly talked about when it came to Miz and the program he recently had. Miz has kind of become that spot himself. So I think that they just try to realize more in Miz or see more coming out of Miz since he's always a weekly presence than Dolph Ziggler being once in a while called, to action. As far as the other ones, it's sad to say that a lot of those people unfortunately didn't even get a big chance. But the thing about it is you don't think about that. At the end of the day, it is a business of passion, but it's also a living. These people are trying to work hard to support families they have now or want to have, and it is their source of income. Now they have to once again find a reset. And for some of the people that previously went for Impact, I wouldn't mind seeing them show up again maybe next year. Like I said, 2024 is going to tell a lot about the industry. Shelton Benjamin, formerly part of TNA. Emma, formerly part of Impact Wrestling. Former Knockouts Tag Team Champion, might I add, with Madison Rain. And Dolph Ziggler, I know people talked about him, Brian Nemeth. Maybe they can come together. I know someone else put the idea of putting him on QTV. Oh, just no. But yeah, it definitely caught me by surprise seeing that list of names, and particularly Shelton Benjamin and Dolph Ziggler. And I hope Dana Brooke gets a respectable freaking break, because boy, was she heavily underappreciated and underrated. She got this big hype back in the Black Gold NXT, taking on Asuka, for Pete's sake. And
I mentioned earlier, brother. Her and Emma were a team at that point. Put them back together.
They were, exactly.
Put them back together in Impact.
I'm just saying.
Run that shit back, man. Seriously. Why not?
I think like 9 names overall as far as we know got released, and the second time now all of Hit Row got released. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you feel about the character. These are still just like us, simple folk trying to make a living. Their living is through wrestling, sports, whatever the hell you want to call it. Now they have to try and find a different venture. That's easier said than done, even if you do have a pretty good wall underneath you already.
No, it definitely is. It's wrestling is the most entertaining and infuriating at the same time product for fans. That's the same way for the people in the business.
It owes you nothing. It owes us nothing. It can make you. It can break you, whether you're worker or spectator. It truly is as simple as that.
No, it is. But let's go ahead and run down what we're going to see here coming up for us anyway at the bottom of the hour, because we're going to go at 8:30, of course.
Hey.
If I can get it to load. Come on. There it goes. Hi. We, of course, we talked about it a few minutes ago, Ultimate X. The trusses are up. It is time for that. Probably open the show, which if you're going to have Impact 1000, you got to have a staple. And Ultimate X is a staple company. So why the hell not? And you mentioned, these 6 guys, except for Laredo. And is it Laredo or is it Samurai del Sol? Because the mask is similar to me. So I'm just making sure I got the right guy here.
They are 2 different people, because Samurai del Sol is the former Calistico. Laredo Kid
That's
is
right.
in Mexico. They are 2 different people.
Got it. Okay. So other than him, everybody's been in Ultimate X. So will that be?
My head, yes, I believe so. I think we just saw on Angels earlier at some anniversary while he's trying to become Celestial. Take that what you will. Speak about Mike Billy has previously won Ultimate X and went on to become X Division champion. You have Zachary Wentz, where I do believe the Rascals do have previous X Division experience beyond Trey Miguel, who we'll talk about later. Ace Austin, former 3-time X Division champion, has also had his own way at Ultimate X. I don't think he's won that match, though, yet. And, of course, Rich Swann has been also previously involved in Ultimate X as a previous X Division champion. As I was also leading to, and JJ, you can attest with the original belt, this is actually the 50th Ultimate X match in the history of this company. And you figure about this match first established in 2003, won by Michael Shane, then back-to-back wins by Chris Sabin, Hell Sabin, and then the following that, who won that? It was Kazarian. And funny enough, those three names were the only three names involved in the very first ever Ultimate X match. And we've seen this dance now come to 6, 7, 8, 5. Even the knockouts get involved here. Ultimate X continues to evolve the potential and the outlook of the X division every time it's always shown off.
And then the winner of this gets Sabin.
That's correct, because Sabin won, and for those that don't know, spoiler alert last week, in case y'all just tuning in first time, Hell Sabin, record 10-time X Division champion, and he will defend that title now at Bound for Glory. I imagine against the winner here. And I got to imagine whoever wins at Bound for Glory might call their shot and cash in option C towards maybe the Empire World Championship, because Turning Point is literally following that pay-per-view.
Right? Like a week later, no?
Yeah.
In the UK, nonetheless.
In the UK, that's true. And again, we're talking earlier, JJ and I, where we were on the air earlier, about the continued global presence of wrestling. I mean, WWE's running. Granted, it's not one of the big four, but it's still it's not just exclusive to Australia. It's going to be a global presentation. They're running the Elimination Chamber in Australia. Impact's going back to the UK again. Wrestling. It's not a bad time to be a wrestling fan. You just have to make sure you pick somebody that's going to be on the air for the next 90 days to be a fan. That's the bitch, unfortunately. But again, I want to congratulate Chris Sabin, record 10-time X Division champion, breaking the previous record of 9 held by Chris Sabin, who broke the previous record of 8 held by
Chris Sabin,
who held the record of 7 by Chris Sabin, who held 6. There we go. Austin Aries was different. There you go.
I think Kazarian is also at 6. Either 6 or 5. Yes. If someone can fact check me on that.
Frankie, let's see. Aries, Lethal, and AJ are all at 6. Okay. Joe, Loki, Frankie are at 5.
Okay,
so,
that's okay. So
yeah, Chris Sabin's just keep on trucking, brother. I love it. Chris Sabin, AJ Styles is part of the least rebroadcastable moment in XMV history. If you were there, you know. If not, I'm not going to show it. So I can't. I'll get through.
Behind closed doors.
No, not behind closed doors. Out in the courtyard of PWG in front of God and everybody.
But it's fair enough for those that remember that. Fair enough.
But yeah, I love those two, and I'm so happy for Chris and Alex Shelley both. I mean, Alex Shelley's the world champion. That just tickles me to no end. I love it. I understand I'm having mic issues. I am going to be not on camera the whole night tonight, luckily, so it won't be an issue for the entirety of the show. When I do talk wrestling, I will be switching to the phone, so I have a decent camera at 10 or whatever the hell time Impact lets me go on the air for talk wrestling, depending on how long the show runs.
Right, they might have an overrun like they slightly did last week with the main event. And again, I gotta wonder what the main event that's gonna be. I imagine it's gotta be the generational knockouts, 10 knockout showcase with corner people. But no,
you're right here.
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and literally, because there's a lot going on tonight, but I know we're going to be commentating and talking about. We still got about 25 minutes to kill. I mean, again, what can we not say about? I'm just going to keep saying it because it's 100% fact. The best, most respected, dynamically booked since freaking 2007 women's division in the entire wrestling industry on the Western Front, not named Stardom, which is an all-women's promotion out of Japan, but I digress. Now, I could go on all night, all day about this. I could talk Wrestling with Jeff all night, all day about this. He'd been an advocate, former booker, former freaking presenter of women's wrestling. Damn it. But I digress. But then, there's not 2 people here. There's also 3 people. I know this person below me is very passionate about women's wrestling, too, even if it doesn't involve that bitch for the time being. JJ, again, man, this is literally the then and the now as the knockouts continue to be the headliners forever. What is your take on this entire field?
I mean, it's crazy to me to look at all this and I definitely have some questions about the field. I have some questions about placement of the talent in the field, because if it was me booking, I wouldn't have done the whole babyface versus heel dynamic. I would have done the legendary knockouts versus the now.
The generation. It's kind of like what Stardom did with
you put Gail Kim, you put Awesome Khan, you put Mickey James, you move Angelina Love over, and then you bring in Tara, you bring in Winter, you bring in a fifth to fill out that division. And then the other side, you've got Trinity, Jordan, Deanna Purrazzo, Giselle Shaw, and then whoever you want to retain between Savannah Evans and Tasha Steeles.
Yeah.
And you have that for the battle on the 1000th episode. You have the legendary knockouts that established it as the must-see women's division in the world.
Damn it.
And the women that are still carrying that torch to this day.
Oh. And Noah, we have agreed, JJ and I, that I will come on screen during this entrances. That way you and Matilda don't have to come out here and say, "Let the pigeons loose." I got that covered. Good. I got you, brother. I got you.
Oh, God. I knew that was going to come out. The definition of TNA before TNA.
Not here last week, by God. So
I got to say it last week. So Jeff's going to say it this week.
It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah. Noah tried to chastise me for it last week. And I was like, look,
not.
You did too. Go back and rewatch it.
I did not.
And it was like, dude, if you can say "Here Comes the Pain" when Brock comes out, it's just one of those things. You've got to say it. When Brock comes to the ring, you got to go, "Well, here comes the pain." When the beautiful people come out, you have to say, "Let the pigeons loose."
Especially when she's on that second rope. I'll tell you what. All right, I get you.
And it is just one of those things.
It's wrestling, period. It's wrestling, damn it. And Mr. Impact, Craig here, good to see you. Definitely, I mean, we talk about these buzzwords all the time. Evolution, revolution, pioneers, trailblazers, first nation to do it, blah, blah, blah. Hannigan summed up perfectly with that single sentence. Call it evolution, call it a revolution. It started with a kiss. He's not freaking wrong. And Mickey James even went, "Bravo, Tony Storm, with what you did last night."
Yeah, I mean, that sort of thing. But look at this as this is the undercard. I mean, God.
The Iron Man.
Josh Alexander, and again, I pointed out earlier that people made much ado about nothing with the PWI 500 last week. But man, Trey was so happy. He was so high up on that list, and so was his lady. So flowers to Trey for getting the recognition from that part of the wrestling world. This guy has been a special kind of talent for a long time, and he's in a big match on a big show with the freaking standard right now in Impact Wrestling, Josh Alexander.
You're damn right. The Iron Man, the longest reigning Impact World Champion, surpassing Bobby Roode, Samoa Joe, Sting, Kurt Angle, Rich Swann, AJ Styles, just name a few of the all-time greats that have held the prestigious title. And of course, this is the first time these two are going one-on-one, but they're no strangers to each other. Back when Josh Alexander and Ethan Page were part of the North, and the Rascals were feuding over the tag team titles. And here is Trey now as an Impact World Tag Team Champion. Trey Miguel to represent hometown. Not going to be biased. We're just going to say what it is. You're right. He is a special cat. I've seen him perform multiple times at previous independent shows, including Insane Wrestling Revolution right out of the Michigan area, led by Rhino. And, of course, Chaos Wrestling, the short period of it here in Toledo. And Trey Miguel, again, former multiple-time X Division champion. And honestly, trying to overcome a former Impact World Champion, that's a huge test for Trey. But Trey has proven he is willing to step up to the occasion when it's needed. Also, the man to survive the first ever only Monsters Ball X Division Championship match against Crazy Steve, which I know we'll talk more about here later. And by the way, congratulations to his other half, the creme de la creme, Ashley Dubois, on her place on the PWI 500 as well. Good for them. I'm just going to say this real quick, though. Stat Boy, I love you. There's only one truth in the world. That is the literature of the truth, and that is the Bible. You could call the PWI the gospel wrestling all you want. At the end of the day, it's one publication based on one company's opinion, but I digress. Anyway, yeah, I'm looking very forward to this. This is definitely going to be the sleeper match of the night. We know how far Josh can go. He went up to 58 minutes with friggin' Speed on My Belly. He went over 60 minutes with TJP over the friggin' X Division title. Trey is going to have to really show how far he can go. We know how much he can bring, but how far is Trey willing to go to try and beat Josh Alexander is a whole different question.
Yeah, I've always been impressed with Trey. Very impressed with Ashley. I got to watch her wrestle on the Jericho Cruise. She was part of the women's show I saw out here locally. I'll still say it, her freaking sister, who's damn near a twin, they look so much alike, saved my life on that Jericho Cruise by water. Water, Meacham. No more booze. Water. It's like, you got Osprey sitting there drinking more than me. Well, yeah, but he's freaking half Kryptonian. He can do it.
I mean, some people might say the same thing about Josh Alexander. JJ, as I turn over to you again, we thought Josh Alexander was going to be out for pretty much the rest of the year after that torn tricep surgery. Here he came back at Slammiversary, and he looks as strong as ever, beating Steve Macklin in the first time ever one-on-one encounter. I would love to see that run back. But what's your take on this match? When you think about this guy is the standard, but Trey could very well become a standard, if not already a stronger standard for Impact Wrestling for generations to come. What's your take on this match, JJ?
I want to see Josh Alexander just dismantle Trey Miguel.
Shit.
I don't know what it is, but there's something about Trey that just rubs me the wrong way.
Damn.
You know, I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it just yet. Once I do, I'll enlighten everybody. But
Looking forward.
Just something about him rubs me the wrong way. I'm not Josh's biggest fan either, but he is a tremendous specimen of a wrestler. So I just want to see him and tie Trey Miguel up like a pretzel.
There you go.
Considering the man literally idolizes the likes of Kurt Angle and knows how to apply an ankle lock, you very well might get your wish. Will, good to see you, man. You always appreciate it. Again, Fuzz, you want to dictate the conversation, super chat at Cassidy Studios. It's as simple as that. And again, let's talk about this one. JJ, I know you could definitely talk a bit more about this. Many people think Kenny King has not risen to his potential, kind of lost his way. And of course, he and Eric Young, they're no strangers to each other. You remember Team Canada, and of course, back then in the early days of TNA, Kenny King has overcome Eric Young with the help of MVP. Even before that, he used to tag alongside like Jay Lethal back in the real early beginnings of TNA. And now these two face each other one-on-one. And what I feel like Kenny King right now is just trying to find a bit of redemption after losing the Digital Media Championship to freaking Tommy Dreamer. Eric Young, he's kind of that guy right now that really has found his own home and clarity in Impact Wrestling. Now that Diener's behind him, what's the future holding in store for him? That's yet to be designed by the designer himself. So, JJ, your take on this singles match. Who do you think needs this win more?
This is a very interesting dynamic to me because EY just recently came back. So you could definitely say that in order to get his ball rolling once again, he needs to defeat the former digital media champion. But Kenny King just took that big loss to Tommy Dreamer. He needs to bounce back. He needs to reassert himself, especially if he wants a title rematch at Bound for Glory or Turning Point or whatever else they may throw our way throughout the end of the year here.
Right.
So, and you've also got his sidekick in his corner.
Sheldon Jean.
Thank you. I was trying to read the writing underneath him, but it's so small there and that's not anyone's fault. That's just the image, but
yeah.
But yeah, so he's got Sheldon Jean in his corner. So is that going to play a factor into this? Is EY going to be seconded by somebody? We've seen him recently with his former coach, Scott D'Amore. You know, will he be there?
I'm just gonna go out and live here. I think I know who the second's gonna be. It's gonna be the guy that made this match. I think it's gonna be Shark Boy.
There you go. Shark Boy, by God.
The fact that Shark Boy was back on our screens last week just made me crack up.
Give me a shell, yeah.
Oh god. And he broke a glass bottle on the floor, by the way, to bring himself on the camera.
It was weird. You mentioned Scott D'Amore. It was so funny going back and watching the moments of Impact Wrestling over the last 1,000 episodes, and that whole giant schmoz thing that started with the screw job at Border City Wrestling when Jarrett came out with AMW. Wow, botched and a half there with AMW on Impact, and then it turned into the big giant, brawl out. And Scott D'Amore was right up in it because he was the promoter of Border City, and just got caught up in the shit. But then Team 3D came out, and Kevin Nash came out. It was just crazy. So it was cool while going back and watching these moments because people forget how many amazing moments there have happened in history of Impact Wrestling. Because again, people just want to focus on the negative of what the negative was in those eras. But man, there's been some quality segments and moments and definitely matches in Impact Wrestling. And I think that these two guys are gonna. I think this will be the sleeper match tonight between Jake Something and Dirty Dango. And like I told JJ earlier, Dirty Dango is my dad's favorite wrestler the WWE let get away. To this day, he still bitches every time he hears about Dango being anywhere but WWE. How can they let him get? What's he doing on that promotion? It's like they're giving him a chance.
Yeah, and in fact, this is the same guy that beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 29.
That's what I said earlier. Chris Jericho's WrestleMania debut ain't done dick. It didn't do, granted, the stuff with Breezy was funnier than hell. But that's all it was.
If Tyler Breeze shows up at Impact Wrestling, I'll lose my stuff. All right, but he already got his second. And funny enough, it is a cop. Yeah, funny enough, it is a cop. Freaking Johnny Bravo, freaking Alpha Bravo, Dirty Dango, who literally right now is on his own mental escapade of hating professional wrestling. Damn it. And then Jake Something out to prove something and shut up Dirty Dango in the process. Jake Something is definitely an anomaly. We talked about the sleeper match of the night being like, Josh Alexander and Trey Miguel based on experience and recognition alone, especially in Impact Wrestling. Jake Something's the guy that's always been part of Impact, though, but you wonder, can he actually win the big one? Can he reach that next point? Previous challenger for the Digital Media Championship, previous challenger for the X Division Championship, made his return at Slammiversary and Ultimate X. A very hybrid athlete of power and speed. I mean, heck, we saw him hang with Sonata, the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. What's Dirty Dango done lately? Pout. Really, that's it. So, for me, this just feels like something, pun intended, to shut Dirty Dango up.
Yeah, exactly.
JJ, do you have anything to say about this before we move on?
Nothing really. I don't even know who Jake Something is. If he was another gimmick that I might know him better as. Dirty Dango, I kind of saw towards the end of my run before I took my hiatus, so there's really not a whole lot I can add to this. I do like you bringing up the point about Breeze. I know that he's wrestling for Prestige Wrestling.
Right.
So, and then again, Alex Shelley is their world champion. So there definitely could be a connection there. Anybody to try to bring him in, possibly put Breezango back together again under a different type of name, since obviously that would be copywritten, but it would be definitely interesting.
I guess only time will tell. I'm sure we're in for something tonight. And again, folks, you want to do the conversation. We appreciate you. We acknowledge and see all of you. But again, super chats, as simple as that, as we, of course, stay on topic. Even if you are trying to bring a conversation piece that may be on topic in correlation to what we're doing or what we're talking about. If it's going to be more of a bigger conversation piece, just a yes/no question, especially when it comes to contracts, which I don't know anything about. Super chat. It's as simple as that. Okay, now this right here is going to be the real climax of the night, pun intended, because someone's getting a freaking pink slip. As we know, the people that claimed the 4 briefcases were Crazy Steve, Uya Yamera, Moose, of all people, by the way, freaking Moose, and why am I blanking on the other person that grabbed it? Because I know Steve Macklin had it.
Wasn't it Swinger?
Was it Johnny Swinger? I don't think
because Moose is the one that got it after the spear from Rhino. It flew out of his hands and into Moose's hands.
Yeah, the freaking Gore, the freaking sent it all the way into the freaking stratosphere.
I think Swinger might have gotten it.
It might have been
because we'd been talking about the possibility of him getting fired in Feast or Fired.
Right, and
if Johnny Swinger gets a freaking title shot and becomes champion, and instead of getting fired, I'm gonna shit my pants. It's gonna be a thing.
Chris Bay,
Johnny Swinger in 2023.
It was Chris Bay. So it's Chris Bay, Crazy Steve, Moose, and Uya Yamera. So
I still think that Uya Yamera has got the tag title shot, so that they can give the tag title shot to Julia.
Please.
I'm going to say that Crazy Steve has the world title shot.
What?
No, that's
I'm going to say that Bay's got the X Division. I'm going to say that maybe Moose has got the pink slip.
Just for the storyline purposes, absolutely.
Yeah, because you figure the last time they did Feast or Fired, he got the world title shot and cashed it in and became champion.
Yep.
So how poetic, how apropos that for the return of Feast or Fired, he gets the pink slip. He gets the other complete extreme end of the spectrum.
That's right.
The funny thing about that, JJ, it wasn't Feast or Fire that allowed Moose to call his shot. It was literally winning the Call Your Shot gauntlet at Bound for Glory. This is a
For
whole
some
different
reason,
animal.
I thought it was Feast or Fired. My apologies.
You're fine, but to go at your point, there have been kayfabe firings. We've seen people weasel their way, cheat the system, or play against it, or play in someone's corner as a personal valet. Literally use that to stay within the company. Again, I look at this entire Impact roster, based on the 4 people that grabbed the briefcases. I don't think necessarily there's a weak link that deserves the pink slip, but that's the risk you take in this gimmick. And it has fired people for real in the past. In my opinion, I think the pink slip is either going to be, as much as I hate to say it, Crazy Steve, but I think we also got to consider not just based on character or direction, it very well could be Chris Bay. Chris Bay, a former Exhibition champion, a former Impact World Tag Team champion, but since the Good Hands kind of cost ABC everything, Chris Bay and Ace Austin have been lost in the shuffle to the point that Ace Austin now, he's involved in Ultimate X. Chris Bay right now, destiny is literally in his hands. And whether or not he's going to appreciate or hate it, we're just literally a little bit over 90 minutes away from finding out.
Well, I mean, what if Ace Austin wins Ultimate X, so he's got a title shot at Sabin next, and Bay's got the X Division title shot in his briefcase? Then they could potentially make it a triple threat, guaranteeing one of them comes out of there with the belt.
That's true too. And again, we've seen how that plays out. Go ahead.
And to your point regarding Moose and kayfabe firings and working the system, Moose can then say that he never grabbed the briefcase itself. It literally flew into his hand.
Like a football.
And there's his loophole.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't want the damn thing.
I didn't grab the briefcase.
It fell in my hand.
Macklin did. This is Macklin's pink slip.
Yeah,
but if he's got a world title shot, he'd claim that shit for himself.
Macklin.
But if he's got the pink slip, this wasn't mine. This was Macklin's. Fire his ass.
And to be fair, Macklin and Moose have never faced each other in one-on-one action. Macklin has gotten the better of Moose and Sammy Callihan, though, last year at Victory Road in Barbed Wire Massacre, but that has been a one-on-one program that has yet to happen in Impact Wrestling. So again, there is some fairness to your point. I just know that I'm just going to say this. I don't think who got the pink slip is truly going to be fired, but I think it will take him in a different direction into 2024 for Impact Wrestling.
I just know that whatever else happens in the briefcases, we would definitely want this to be the result of one of them.
Joya, I believe.
By God, we need the things.
Yes, I need Joya. I need Ouya and Joe Hendry to challenge the Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz for the Impact World Tag Team Championships Bound for Glory. I need to call that.
Yes. And once we have our other panel, we will definitely put up the other graphic that was that came out of that one a couple weeks ago.
Right,
anyway,
right.
Yes.
Well, I guess a little bit under 5 minutes here. As again, technically this is Impact 1001, and as we know, after this, we are just bound for glory. And we also have this to consider, guys. Tonight, we will learn Will Ospreay's opponent for Bound for Glory. So let's just go ahead and talk a little bit about that. Again, we know Will Ospreay. We know the capabilities of this incredible athlete. He's done everything about New Japan Pro Wrestling with AEW, with Red Pro, with insert promotion here, not named WWE. Now he comes to Impact Wrestling, and who knows who he could collide with. And let alone it could be for the IWGP United Kingdom Championship that he will be defending against freaking Yota Tsuji at the freaking Destruction Tour on the 24th. I cannot wait for that freaking match. And of course, we know Impact will be involved in NJPW when, I still can't believe this is happening, Josh Alexander and the Motion Machine Guns challenge Ishii, Tanahashi, and Kazuchika Okada for the 6-man Never Openweight Championships. And that's also before Bound for Glory. So that being said, yes, Jeff, I don't know if you knew that, but yes, that's a thing that's actually happening, and I will get you the date and time for that. That being said, JJ, at this point, Will Ospreay, Impact Wrestling, who under the Impact banner that you've come to see, do you think can hang with Will Ospreay at Bound for Glory, title or no title?
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough because Ospreay, man, we say it all the time. Ospreay is a generational talent. He is a beast.
It's freaking part alien. I swear he is.
You're probably right.
He's part alien, and because we know he's British, that's why he drank so much on the cruise, because he can handle it, because he's British.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him go against one of the Impact originals.
Yeah.
I'd like to either see Ospreay versus Shelley for the Impact World title, Ospreay versus Sabin for the X Division title, or Ospreay versus Kazarian.
Oh, Kazarian!
Please give me Will and Frankie. Please give me that at Bound for Glory. Jesus H. Christ.
Although another sleeper, I think Josh Alexander versus Ospreay would be pretty badass too.
Yes, yeah. The Iron Man versus the aerial assassin, who truly can hit the other one to their limits. That right there seems like the biggest match that Impact could book. Because in my opinion, Josh Alexander is literally Impact's front man. Will Ospreay right now might as well be New Japan Pro Wrestling's front man, beating Kenny Omega, all right, and Okada and Tanahashi, literally in the span of 2 months, and Jericho in the span of 2 months.
2 months, 2 months.
It just feels like to me that Ospreay needs to face somebody that truly is going to push him beyond his limits, not just somebody that can fly with him. Like I know someone said like Chris Bay maybe for the world title. Chris Bay versus Will Ospreay will be a very unique match as well. But I do think Josh Alexander offers a very different dynamic because he also has power on his side. I mean, Josh Alexander is like 2 times the size of the freaking guy.
Yeah, and didn't you say last week that Alexander is also an X Division champion, a former X Division champion?
Mm-hmm.
That's correct.
So he can do that style when he needs to.
Yep.
But he's also got, like you said, that strength and power game that could just stop Ospreay in his tracks if done properly.
Jay Driller, game over.
And how is Ospreay going to overcome that obstacle?
Well, we know he can't do the Stormbreaker on the right shoulder due to that permanent deformity that he has now that he's even talked about with his body. So, again, but we've also seen now he's applied the leap of faith. It's like a corkscrew moonsault that literally is a leap of faith. You either crash or you succeed. And he literally has won matches in the G1 with that very finisher. But that being said, Jeff, what's your thoughts towards Josh Alexander, or insert name here? Again, we're going to be calling Bound for Glory. Who do you think Impact Register throw at Will Ospreay?
Well, Ospreay could go into the back here at wherever they are tonight for wherever they film Impact 1000, grab the nearest broom out of the closest closet and have a freaking banger of a match at Bound for Glory, because that's who Will Ospreay is.
Accurate.
He's that talent for this generation. He's that guy, a broom closet guy. That's who he is. I'd love to see him and Alexander. I'm not going to lie. That'd be great. It'd be a great contrast of styles. But, man, when JJ said Frankie Kazarian, I'm just like, holy shit. Because that's our boy. I love Frankie so much. And Sabin has the winner of Ultimate X. So he's already occupied at Bound for Glory. Alex Shelley, again, I would love the thought of Will Ospreay as Impact World Champion, but he's not there full time. That's the only reason I wouldn't say that one. But, man, him and Frankie ain't got nothing but time. And if Frankie is going to be at Bound for Glory weekend to induct his wife into the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame, let's just have him and the talent of this generation, not named MJF, against one of the best of the modern era of wrestling, because Frankie has been that consistent guy for over 20 years.
And he still has that chip on
and
his
goddamn,
shoulder.
he's in better shape now, I think, than he was when we first interviewed him on XMV back in 2000, way back when.
Way back when.
So, God, he's on the level right now. And he doesn't have to be. He does not have to be on the level he's at. He's Frankie Kazarian. He doesn't need that, but he wants to, and I admire the shit out of him for that. So yeah, him and Ospreay.
He's never content. I don't think he ever will be until he actually wins the big one. Again, it was last year at Overdrive. He challenged Josh Alexander for the Impact World Championship in over 35 minutes. Came up short just that much. And I do wonder, will lightning strike twice, or will he finally capitalize? Will he finally capture that one? We talk about capturing the big one. Eddie Kingston, after friggin' 15 plus years, finally did that in New York against his greatest rival, Kyle Castagnoli, and respect was shown. is a similar story still waiting to unfold with Frank Kazarian. We saw Chris Sabin once again restore prestige to the X Division, beating Leo Rush and becoming a record time 10-time X Division champion. And as you said, he awaits his future challenger at Bound for Glory to be determined tonight in Ultimate X. And we got the Veil package running. And technically, what is Impact 1001? Gentlemen and everybody in the Multiverse of media, welcome to our coverage of Impact Wrestling 1000 Part 2, where the knockouts will take center stage. Ultimate X will elevate the competition. Someone's getting a pink slip and someone's getting a world championship opportunity and so much more. Gentlemen, are you ready to go tonight? Let's have some fun. I love this intro. I love this
Looks like
intro.
we're starting with Ultimate X.
As Samurai Dazone makes his way to the ring. Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to another Championship Network live one-shot event here on the Championship Network Multiverse Media. You know what this is, Brian, the simple man of the simple brand and the voice of the JMN. And my name is Noah Foster with the very founder himself, Jeff Motherfucking Beach. And we're over the 90-minute mark. And of course, right. I am never alone. I always have the Renegade with me, the Renegade of wrestling, the Renegade of movies, the Renegade making the impact here tonight. JJ Williams. Gentlemen, it is Ultimate X time, the 50th Ultimate X match in this company's history.
That's still a crazy statistic to think about, man. Like, I remember seeing the original Ultimate X, right? And to think that this is now number 50. It's crazy.
Legal milestones, folks.
Speedball Mike Bailey, a former participant in previous Ultimate X matches, literally won Ultimate X to claim his first X Division championship. It was actually one of his debut matches. I believe it was literally last year at Summerversary he won Ultimate X.
I believe you're right. JJ mentioned Speedball earlier. We were talking about the releases and talking about, this is an opportunity for these guys to hit the indies and, apply their craft. And, some guys are worth money that they're worth and whatever. But, man, Mike Bailey went out there and had 3 matches in one day during WrestleMania week this year because he could, because he was booked out here anyway. This is the chance. This week, we went from amazing announcements this morning they're going to be talked about on Talk Wrestling to a lot of people's lowest of lows, and now we're here celebrating Impact 1000, and we've got 6 of the best in Impact Wrestling in an Impact Wrestling staple matchup. You know what? You're right. We're past the 90-minute mark. Let's fucking go. Have a blast, guys.
JJ Ace Austin again, as I alluded to, a former 3-time X Division champion. He and Chris Bay are previous Impact World Tag Team champions, but Ace Austin has yet to win an Ultimate X match.
Ultimate X matches are so unpredictable, man. They're very much akin to Money in the Bank. Just when you think you've got that opportunity and you're about to reach and grab it, somebody comes out of nowhere and just derails you. You see everybody taking a moment to kind of look up at the X hanging there symbolically. Bell rings.
It looks so close and yet so far.
For real.
I mean, it's as simple as this, right? You climb the truss, you make your way across the ropes, you grab the X, and as soon as you grab the X, you are declared the winner and the number 1 contender to the X Division Championship. People might Billy hyping up the crowd. It's Austin, literally trying to leap up for it, almost touched it.
You're right.
Of course, that stands 20 feet above the ring. All 6 men stand in position, and we are underway here, and we already got 3 sets of 2 squaring off. At this point, there really is no strategy here. You just pick your spot, you find the right moment, and you basically risk your own well-being and climb your way towards grabbing the chance. And that's really what it is. Again, it's a chance to the X Division Championship. We know in the past, previous winners of Ultimate X, it has never been a guarantee that they went on to succeed to claim the X Division Championship. Whoa! And right now, Samurai does so, picking up speed up and over on Angels. Catches him, though. Takes him with the Tijeras in the corner. And I think, again, we talk about the original winner of Ultimate X, the very first Ultimate X, won by triple threat action, Michael Shane, and then the following 2 after that, won by Chris Sabin, one of them literally for the X Division title. And then the 4th ever Ultimate X match was Kazarian. And the thing about those 3 names, JJ, they were involved in the very first ever Ultimate X match. You could almost say that they are the pioneers of this match.
Yeah, no question. And you think about Michael Shane, who's a name that gets often forgot about in the Impact Wrestling lores. Michael Shane was the original man to have Tracy Brooks as his manager. That is where Frankie Kazarian ended up getting paired with her, because Shane and Kazarian were a tandem for a good chunk of those early days. And
by the
now
way,
Tracy Brooks, of course, got announced last week to be going into the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame this year prior to Bound for Glory. Just a great full circle moment there.
And Ace Austin trying to go full circle here, trying to get Bad Station in town, just swinging his leg every way possible, knocking out Rich Swann and Speedball. Nice Russian leg sweep, taking Speedball off his feet. Jumping leg drop, and Ace Austin in the driver's seat. Alone in the ring, though. He needs to try and go. Oh, wait a minute. Ace Austin might be looking for some high-risk offense there off the rope. And flies over the top. Frostbreak flop. Wipes out the entire field. Ace Austin is known as the inevitable one. Many people compare him to young AJ Styles. And one thing that Ace Austin has yet to achieve, besides winning Ultimate X, is claiming the Impact World Championship. But many people believe he's a future world champion, JJ.
I wouldn't put it past him. And no, I'm going to go ahead and tag out, as it looks like your color analyst for the evening, Datilla, has just joined us. But I will still be hanging around, popping in between matches, and I'll be here in case Datilla needs to step away.
Perfectly fine.
Thanks.
Appreciate you, JJ and Datilla. Appreciate you once again powering up and making your way from the morphing grid to bring your impact as always. It's good to hear you. How you been, my friend? How you feel about Impact 1001 tonight?
Oh my God, we're kicking things off with the Ultimate X. I hope everybody in this match wore a cup.
How about this? Trios moonsault off the trust. I don't know what you wear for that besides a helmet. As
oh my God.
Win, as always, in Ultimate X. Take a look at the replay here. Good grief. Eat your heart out, Kaleidoscope. That was perfect synergy by those three. Wiping out everybody and themselves.
Oh, yeah. That is true. Angel, Speedball.
And you're perfectly fine to stay on that.
Yeah.
Game, friend, you know.
And let me ask you this, since I'm just tuning in. Has Alan Angels given anybody a low blow?
Not yet. That's an interesting question. I haven't seen him use
because in his last Ultimate X match, if you remember at Summerversary, he was giving everybody a low blow.
That's true, and he almost took an opportunity quicker than Rakit Raju did during his run with the X Division title back in 2021. And of course, I saw my first and only ever Ultimate X match live at Summerversary 2021 when Josh Alexander was defending the title at the time during the match, and of course won. Real defense by Alan Angels, just suplexing Samurai Del Sol on the floor. And it looks like Speedball, Ace, and Alan Angels are all trying to make the ascent towards the X in the middle. Again, we talk about, experience. We talk about, the evolution of this match, talk about the history of this match. What's your history as far as Ultimate X and your take on this?
Well, actually, I had never seen the Ultimate X match until I started watching Impact. But I really like it. I really like the one with Josh Alexander, and they did that ankle lock spot, that dangling from the rope. That looked fun.
That was like art. Whoa, that cutter was beautifully done by Zachary Wentz. Painful art, took out Rich Swann and Wentz in the process. Now Alan Angels and Speedball climbing the very top of the structure. Oh boy,
You think the Knockouts will ever get another Ultimate X match?
Oh, I could definitely see it happening. Again, we only have one, I believe, Ultimate X match for the Knockouts in Impact Wrestling history. And of course, that was won by Tasha Steelz, and that led her to beating the all-time great Mickie James for the Knockouts World Championship. And Alan Angels hung upside down. This gives me shades of the most dangerous gimmick I can remember seeing in TNA Impact Wrestling history, Elevation X, where they literally had to make sure their opponent fell off the top of not ropes, but across of boards and pretty much at the same height. And right now, Alan Angels, I'm just glad he's able to find his balance and get his footing. But you see, Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Samurai Del Sol crawling their way towards the X. And
again, you really have to have a lot of arm strength for this to climb those ropes.
Yeah, a lot of core, a lot of arm strength. Again, how much does it take out? You just hold on. Look at this! What the hell? And Speedball getting shaken off by Alan Angels. Oh my gosh.
Wentz is over there. Wentz and Angels are trying to shake off Speedball and Samurai Del Sol.
Oh, and Ace Austin just kicked enough of Samurai Del Sol to knock him off with that missile drop kick. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's no earthquakes in New York, but yeah, and somehow Speedball Mike Billy. Yeah, again, I'm not a meteorologist. And Speedball Mike Billy somehow still hung up on the top. Nice handstand, rising knee strike by Zachary Wentz. The Rich Swann falls up, handstand cutter. Whoa! Swan Song, Poison Rana. And Rich Swann, again, also previous participant, but not also a previous winner of Ultimate X. Of course, previous X Division champion. Again, Speedball has the best position. All he's got to do is turn his body and crawl his way. Oh, boy. I don't like what this is looking like. Whoa!
Yeah.
I thought he was going to land on his feet. He didn't land on his feet with that freaking Frankenstein takeover. And now people might barely adjusting position. Just within an arm's reach. Again, one of the most emphatic recent memory X Division champions. Held that title for over 100 days. 10 defenses. And went with some freaking spray paint. I bet you didn't get that from Soraya Ruby Soho.
You know, the asterisk on Speedball's defense was against Kenny K and Angie King.
Yeah, and of course, he also knocked Kenny King out in that freaking pit fight.
Yeah.
Right, so. And let's not forget also, the first defense of Speedball by Billy was against Alan Angels in his Impact Wrestling debut. And second one's once again using the spray paint to his advantage. But again, Speedball's right there at the middle. Oh, boy. All he's got to do is adjust his grip. You cannot grab that with your foot, dude, all right? Yeah, what the hell are you trying to do here? It's a four-way race right now between Alan Angels, Zachary Wentz, Ace Austin, and Speedball. All four men at the center of Ultimate X. All they got to do is click it.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Boy. No, you're fine. We're all... Oh, the spray right in Ace Austin's face, but Zachary Wentz drops it. Now Speedball and Wentz right now, and Speedball again, those lightning fast strikes. Wentz unable to protect himself. It's once again down to Alan Angels, and Speedball might barely. Will Alan Angels finally become, in his own words, celestial? Oh! And
he's gonna give him a low blow, isn't he?
And he finally used a low blow, but he also took himself out in the process. I think Speedball inadvertently low blowed him too, but Alan Angels immediately making the ascent again.
You know, Alan Angels has really shined since coming to Impact.
Yeah, he really has come into his own, even though he's still trying to figure out what celestial means, as we saw during that open challenge on Victory Road, able to overcome Kerry Morton. And Alan Angels right now, once again, finding his position, crawling his way towards the X. He is right there. Again, Ultimate X always sets a precipice for the X division, always has set a stand out in Impact Wrestling. Alan Angels is there. All he's got to do is click it. Can he get it? And he's got it. He's got it. He's got to get down to the mat, though. He's got to get down to the mat. He still has to get down to the mat. If he lets go and someone else grabs it, oh, and there it is. And Alan Angels prevails.
Oh, that was a close one. The X dropped with him.
Yeah, it's almost like fumbling the ball on a football field and almost giving the other team it control. But nope, Alan Angels, he not only found a way to seize the X, he made sure he secured it in the end. Alan Angels is your new #1 contender for Chris Sabin's X Division Championship.
I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, huge moment in his career. Let's go ahead and look at it. We saw moments ago. We weren't sure how he was going to undercook it, but he was able to undercook it. But again, then he had to make sure he escaped with it. He was hung upside down. Ace Austin was right there. He found his footing, was able to readjust himself, but he lost the grip of it. If Ace Austin would have grabbed it right there, that's what it's saying. Ace Austin very well could have won it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And you know, if you remember, Ace Austin did beat Chris Sabin. He even had a shirt that says, "I beat Chris Sabin."
And look at him claiming that's his precious. Plucked from the heavens, brought down to earth. Alan Angels looking to be the frontman of the X Division. He's got a guaranteed chance, keyword chance, to do so. What? Wait. What? Did he just say next week? Well, I guess we won't have to wait too long, Datsula. I guess next week it's going to be Alan Angels versus Chris Sabin for the X Division Championship.
Shit.
So much for Bound for Glory, I guess, huh?
Yeah, no
that
kidding.
escalated quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, he doesn't want to wait. He wants to hit the Iron Watts hot. So I guess next week there'll be an X Division Championship match. So we'll see who has the Bound for Glory as X Division Champion, and still might have option C potentially in the process.
That's my fear. That's my fear. I don't think Alan Inglis is going to win, especially. Well, I don't know what the plan for Bound for Glory is for Alex Shelley, but you could potentially argue they might do Machine Gun versus Machine Gun. So if that's the case, Chris Sabin needs to keep that title. So I don't know.
But it's like, okay, who's the better gun? I mean, again, Alex Shelley took 20 years to finally get the Impact World Championship. Chris Sabin not only a 10-time X Division champion, but a previous TNA World Heavyweight champion. Chris Sabin's already been to the summit. Alex Shelley right now saying he's doing this for his generation. He's the front man of the company right now. He does hold the richest prize. So Bound for Glory could literally, once again, change the landscape of Impact Wrestling as we know it.
But you know something, though? Like, crap, I lost my train of thought.
It happens.
Oh, I now remember. Like I said, like none of us were expecting Leo Rush to beat Chris Sabin, and Leo Rush defeated Chris Sabin.
Yeah, in less than a minute.
There you go.
Yeah. I still wonder what that was. Was that like in the script, or that Chris Sabin actually like get hurt and they called an audible?
Well, I mean, we
Well,
saw
Chris got it back almost right away.
Right. I mean, the X wasn't hold up, and again, it did lead to Leo Rush finally claiming a singles championship, but still, it was a weird circumstance. Either way, that was something. And speaking of something, as action is nonstop, here comes Jake Something. But before we get before we get into this match where Dirty Dangle once again professes his hatred for pro wrestling, hypocrite. JJ, your thoughts on that Ultimate X? That was something. Alan Angels, he got it.
If I had to pick somebody, I was going to pick Alan Angels to take it. Just something in my gut, made me feel like he was going to be the guy.
Well, your gut instinct was right. Now he's already cashing in, though, on the chance. And by the way, for those that are wondering why you got this graphic, Dirty Dangle decided this match will not be any longer than 10 minutes.
This is a throwback to the old Fox broadcasts that they had.
Yeah.
With the little ticker rolling across the bottom, the time up top. This is awesome. And Chase Stevens won half of the Naturals there watching the match backstage.
I think he's actually controlling the graphic as well as the clock is ticking. Referee Allison Lee here, by the way. The lead official, or only female official by in Impact Wrestling history. Oh, and something just caught a Johnny Bravo, and Dirty Dangle looking to take advantage. Again, for those that don't know, Dirty Dangle might remember this name, Fandango. The same guy that beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania, and then lost his marbles. Ugh! Big scoop slam on the floor. Yeah, this gives me old school TNA type days with this type of interface, Dattila.
Yeah,
I like it. They should do more matches like this as a presentation standpoint. And of course, you see down there at the bottom of the ticker talking about what's still to come. Again, folks, still to come tonight. We got the results for Feast or Fired. We still got Josh Alexander's Trey Miguel as Jake Simmons goes in the cover. Yeah, it's a 2 count. And of course,
I'm so nervous for Feast for Fired. Like everybody was saying it was going to be Yuya, but I don't know, man.
No, Joya, believe in Joya.
I do believe in Joya.
Yeah,
but I know somebody who doesn't believe in Joya.
Hey, no, hold on. He says he doesn't believe in Joe Hendry. He believes more in Joya than Joe Hendry, but he'll come around, I assure you. Speaking of which, shout out to Rage of Wrestling, Walter Cruz. But of course, here on the Multiverse Mia, christened by Javicham, we are Nola. If you believe in Nola, there you go.
Something went into the turnbuckle.
Yeah, and Dirty Dangle looking to follow up here, though. Running in with the uppercut, excuse me. Matt Helms, good to see you. And Dirty Dangle grounding Jake Something, getting a 1 count. Again, I say it all the time. Jake Something is an anomaly of Impact Wrestling. He's previously
truly is something.
Yeah, right? What's his name? Something. There you go. He previously challenged for the X Division Championship. He previously has been involved with Ultimate X. He has hung with the IWGP Heavyweight Champion Sonata, and he's even garnered Josh Alexander's respect when challenging him last year at Emergence for that title. Or 2 years ago, excuse me. And somehow
have they announced Will Ospreay's opponent or not yet?
Not yet. That's still to come tonight. As you see across the ticker, we will be back here covering Bound for Glory on October 22nd, and then October 26th, Impact makes its way across the pond. Yep, 21st, excuse me. October 21st, Impact makes its way across the pond to Glasgow to kick off the UK Invasion Tour. And it would not surprise me if people like Will Ospreay Subculture and others outside the UK area are going to be part of that experience, as they will go to Newcastle, kicking off on October 27th. Cheers to my friend across the pond, Mara Jade, where she proves again that Jade is worth more than gold. I would love to see her show up at Impact Wrestling.
So I don't know if you know, but there's actually been an update. A Turning Point will be recorded October 27th, but it won't air till November 3rd.
That's an interesting choice. And Jake Something with an interesting choice there for some offense. Driving Dirty Dangle, exposed knee hard on the floor. Alpha Bobble looking for a reprieve.
I think it's because of the time difference.
That's exactly my thinking too. Because again, for those that don't know, I think the UK and America are like what, 12 or
8 hours? Well, it's 8
apart.
hours from where I'm at.
Daggum. What the heck? Is that a taser or a flashlight? That's a flashlight. Oh! I'm trying to blind him. Speaking of blinding, the force is very strong with the founder. Oh! And the flashlight to the head of Dirty Dangle. That's something that can lead to blunt force trauma. Into the void, Dirty Dangle. Good night. Jake Something wins in less than 4 minutes.
What's the secret front?
That's it. It's over.
Yeah. Well, we don't need a decision render beyond what we saw. Jake Something wins in 3 minutes, 58 seconds. As this 1001 episode of Impact Wrestling continues to unfold.
Oh, why am I on camera? What the hell?
Oh, I said I wasn't going to be on camera just because, it's like chaotic around here.
Yeah. You want to talk about chaos? How about the chaos that happened last week that cost Steve Macklin the briefcase after Rhino gored him in the next week? And I'm guessing Macklin right now is going to set his crosshairs on the... Oh, Lord Jesus! Well, before I can say anything else, Rhino beat me to the punch or gore.
Oh!
Damn. As we saw moments ago, Datsula. And again, yeah, that's a good point, by the way, Walter.
Well, to be fair, Steve Macklin did humiliate Rhino by beating him with his own move, the gore.
So does that give Rhino the right to gore Macklin every week?
No, it doesn't. I like Steve Macklin.
Now you hear Santino even talking about doing it, Macklin. That's true. He did try to end his career. Really did injure him.
He just dropped the F-bomb.
He says, not on me, it's on him. So, Santino, good luck controlling that. Well, I guess Rhino's going to stop at nothing until he literally brings as much mayhem as possible to Steve Macklin on a weekly basis. Jeez. Well, stay tuned for more on that. Good luck, Santino, controlling that. As we head back inside the Impact Zone, the KING King, the former DMC with Sheldon Jean. I am
DMC.
Yeah, if you know what I mean. We'll be in one-on-one action now against a long-running TNA Impact Wrestling veteran, former multiple-time World Tag and Television Champion, Eric Young. And Raymond says, I believe in Joya and Nola. Well, there you go. I'm going to ask you this, Dattula. Do you believe at all in Kenny King when it comes to maybe becoming a champion again in Impact Wrestling? I mean, he literally lost the title to Tommy Dreamer. No one expected that.
I think he could potentially be a champion again. I mean, I don't understand why him and Shelton Jean haven't entered the tag team division.
Right? And it wouldn't be Impact Wrestling without the Canadian National Anthem being played, and I am not singing it. As Team Canada represents Eric Young. What? The coach, Scott D'Amore.
Scott D'Amore.
The coach, Team Canada in the house. Where's A1? Is he in the audience? Okay, this is kind of awesome, not going to lie. Again, going all the way back to the inaugural episode of Impact Wrestling, Team Canada, the coach Scott D'Amore, Eric Young, A1. Of course, that was also included by Bobby Roode for a period of time. And of course, we saw Eric Young and Scott D'Amore come together at Summiversary in Scott D'Amore's hometown, beating Diener and Bully Ray. Team Canada rules Impact Wrestling, then, now, and forever.
If only Petey Williams was still in Impact.
I'm sure Petey Williams is watching. I'm like, damn it, I should have been here tonight. Again, he is a producer in WWE. And Petey Williams, of course, the guy that brought the Canadian Destroyer in the first place, and a former X Division champion in his own right.
Man, remember when Scott D'Amore hit the Canadian Destroyer to Jason Hodge? That was such an epic moment.
That was hilarious. Damn it, Walter! Freaking singing the anthem.
Walter sings the Canadian anthem.
Okay, I know my friend Casey Flynn in ATW right now is going to be like, Noah, should I sing the song? Should I sing the song? Yeah, go ahead and sing it. And sing it after the match if you want. Oh, man. And right now, Kenny King throwing hands. Eric Young dunking her knee up and over with the hip toss. Again,
you gotta realize Shelton he's gonna play a factor in this, but I'm sure Scott D'Amore's gonna.
To your point, there's disqualification.
Yeah.
Oh! And the coach just whacked Shonen G with a hockey stick.
Are we gonna get a tag team match? Anna.
Teddy Long, what you doing? What? Oh, shit, yeah. Hold that thought. The assistant to the director of authority might make your tag match come to fruition until here comes Shark Boy. Or deputy director. Deputy director of authority. Oh. Tag team wrestling match?
Tag team match? I knew it. I knew it.
Hey, so yeah, I support it. Hold on.
Hell yeah.
All right, so I guess Shark Boy has been given authority to literally book matches. So now it's Team Canada versus Sheldon Jean and Kenny King on Impact 1000. Okay, that's a thing.
Oh, I wasn't expecting this, though.
No, I wasn't either. Jeez. That match was less than a minute. And now we got a tag team match. Well, wait a minute, Dana. What the hell? And the disqualification again. Now the design coming into play. Attacking Scott D'Amore and Eric Young.
Oh my God. Is this match ever going to, like, begin?
I
thought the feud was over.
Oh, God. Restart this match. Over, I guess you can, no? 8-man tag? Wait, who's their partners? Okay. Couple of guys back and ready for fight.
Ooh.
Heads away. For all the tag team. Oh, no. America's Most Wanted!
America's Most Wanted?
James Storm and Wildcat Chris Harris! What the hell? All the TNA originals are out tonight. And of course, James Storm, long necks and rednecks, drinking and fighting as he only does.
Oh, Shell, yeah.
I knew JJ was going to approve that decision. America's Most Wanted back in the building, teaming up alongside Team Canada.
For real, like one of their biggest rivalries in the OG TNA was Team Canada. And the fact that they can put all that behind them, team up with them, facing Kenny King, the design.
Wait, I thought Wildcat Chris Harris was like... Oh, never mind.
Do you think of somebody else? If you're
no, I
Bobby
thought
Roode, he's stuck in WWE. And Bobby Roode, also a member of Team Canada, formerly Glorious. Damn it! But I digress. I don't know about you. I like the director. I like the deputy director of authority. I like Shark Boy. I think he's doing a great job.
What?
What? I think he's doing a great job.
What?
Damn it, JJ.
Work with me on this, Noah. Jesus.
I say he's doing a great job. Oh my God.
Wait, what's tonight's main event though? The knockouts tag match?
I believe so. I believe the 10-woman knockouts match is the main event.
Well, we got generational tag team action here, so why not have the women headline the show? Why not?
That's true.
Well, anyway, Eric Young in the ring right now with Sheldon Jean as this 8-man officially has gone longer than the other 2 matches combined.
I mean, that's fair. But half of that time was, Chris Harris and James Storm stumbling to the ring drunk. It was kind of like a Sandman entrance.
To be fair, Chris Harris doesn't drink anymore. James Storm, I don't think he ever stopped drinking.
I was going to say, Chris Harris looks to be in pretty good shape, but still doesn't look as good as he did back in the day.
Dak. Well, again, you talked about, JJ, you could literally talk about the highlights when it comes to Team Canada versus America's Most Wanted. Good grief.
Man. AMW were the epitome of the tag team division back in the day. And here comes the tag for Chris Harris.
Let's see what Chris Harris still got. Remember when Chris Harris had that big singles chance that got screwed up by Dustin Rhodes?
Yes. Tag. And his failed run in WWE as Braden Walker that spawned the 3-disc Best of Braden Walker set.
Hey, he got a disc set out of it. That's got to count for something, right? Look, if you can market yourself for at least 1 disc set, then I say you're at least profitable to some degree in WWF, WWE, whatever the hell you want to call it. Even if it's stuck at Blockbuster in the archives. Blockbuster still exists, right?
There's one store in Oregon, I think.
Damn.
As the Cowboy James Storm getting some momentum here.
And Kenny King, though, nice drop toe hold. Kenny King, former multiple-time X Division champion and also Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champion.
That's great, but he's in there against a former Impact World champion.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I still, oh man, I still go back and rewatch James Storm feud with Bobby Roode.
Yeah, I remember when they were going up against it in the Bound for Glory series, everyone thought Roode was going to get it, and he didn't. Nope. And then Storm got it out of nowhere just to lose it to Roode like a week later.
With a beer bottle over the damn head and a beer bottle to find those 2 ever since.
Tag back to his old partner, Chris Harris.
Again, do not adjust your screen, folks. This is not a time capsule. We are looking at America's Most Wanted, Team on the left side, Team Canada. You heard me right. Bulldog, an 8-man tag team action against Diener. Cover 2. No. Khan, Kenny King,
Bulldog.
And this is literally the then and the now. Defining the future. Tonight, what the hell is my life? Yeah, wow, just clocked him over the head there. Oh, God, no. Scott DeMar. All right, come on, Scott. Give it to me. I need to call it. Give it to me. Oh, all right, that works too. Just chopping the arms. I'm waiting for you know what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the CD.
The Canadian Destroyer, baby.
You're damn right. Oh,
ooh, that knee drop.
Again, Scott DeMore more effective, though, as a coach and executive than a competitor in the ring. I'm just saying.
Ooh.
Tag. Everyone can talk about Scott DeMore's in-ring record for what it's worth, which is not a lot. But again, he's been involved 19 years in and out of this company, in and out of the ring. Booker, coach, executive, manager, general manager, you name it. Scott DeMore has really defined TNA and evolved into the Impact Wrestling of today, alongside Gail Kim and Anthony Corelli, Santina Morella.
Datilla, tell me about the history between these 2 men in the ring right here.
What, Eric Young and Diener?
Yeah.
So like Eric Young and Diener were a part of Violent by Design, which is a group that Eric Young created and stuff. But then like when Young was leaving to WWE, Diener murdered Eric Young.
Quote unquote. And somehow Eric Young was able to come back from the dead, or he wasn't never dead in the first place. Covered by Kenny King. 2 count. Continue. Tag. And remember the key phrase from that little cinematic, last duel? I was the designer, but you were the design. And here we are.
Not to mention, they had a third person, Joe Dorian, but unfortunately, Joe Dorian, he had to leave.
Cancer. I think he's still fighting cancer this day, and if he is,
I think he is too. So
you can overcome the big C. Kick out before the 3. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah,
I think they still have that shirt also that goes in supporting him as well. Still on Shop Impact. I'm not sure though. I haven't been on Impact Wrestling's t-shirt shop in quite a period of time.
Yeah, I haven't bought a t-shirt from Impact since I went to Bound for Glory.
There you go.
I think I have y'all beat. I think the last time I bought a shirt off of the Impact Wrestling site, it was the phenomenal AJ Styles baseball jersey that they had.
Yeah, JJ wins.
Yeah, JJ does win.
JJ wins.
Like 2 years ago.
Because that was my TNA, damn it.
But you digress.
When it comes to Impact, formerly NWA TNA, I feel like me and Noah when it comes to NXT. Like, this is his Impact.
But
that was mine.
They're different generations, but still golden eras, each of their own kind with their own trailblazers. You had AJ Styles. I have Josh Alexander.
Yeah, I had the glory days of the X Division.
Yeah, you had your X Division pioneers, and we still have a couple of those to this day in the Moisty Machine Guns.
And Frankie Kazarian, don't forget about him.
Yeah, I mean, the time capsule never stops running with that guy. You kidding me? Manhattan Drop. How fitting. We're in New York, by the way. Oh! I think it's White Heels playing New York or something like that they did this from. Because it's the same building as last week and as Victory Road. James Storm follow up. Catches him with the back of the head. Nice Izaguri. And Kenny King catching him, though. The full Nelson. Whoop. James Storm blocked the shot. And Kenny King sent the Sheldon G. That bringer DDT. And James Storm with the cover to win for the Originals. No. You got that, too. And again, Sean, we're using the Ultimate Insider commercial-free broadcast, Currency of Impact Wrestling, on YouTube. It's
yeah,
always
but we're on 30
TV
minutes
feed.
delay because the TV broadcast is like past this.
Exactly, and we are hashtag for the free, but also cheap. Cover 2? No, I mean, again, you can watch wrestling commercial-free.
Yeah, Sean, that's why we're behind on the live broadcast. Because
$1 a month? Why would you argue against that?
Actually, I'm paying $5 a month because I get to watch I watch the Impact Plus specials on here too.
Right, but I'm just saying if someone wants to get a chance on Impact Wrestling, it literally costs them $1. I mean, what can you do for $1 that literally you won't regret?
Nothing. These
Seriously.
days.
Like even a Polar Pop at Circle K is like $1.50 tax included. Like
rip off! It's a rip off! Whoa! The elbow drop hits by Eric Young. Top rope cover 2 and no. Kick out by Gene. You gotta love a top rope elbow drop. Eric Young with 2 of the most effective moves in the business. Top rope elbow drop and that freaking pile driver. And Kenny King, the beautiful blockbuster.
Yeah, it was some great air and rotation there as the Wildcat takes him down with the clothesline.
Watch out for Big Con taking Scott D'Amore off the apron, though. Cheap shot. For those that don't know, you might remember Con from a former My NXT days, one half of the Ascension.
I was just going to ask, wasn't he Connor in the Ascension?
Bingo.
Yes, he was. Speak up.
See, I've done my homework on your NXT, Noah.
Damn it. Former NXT Tag Team Champions, my man. They were one of the most dominant original NXT Tag Team Champions, but they lost the titles to the Lucha.
And then, unfortunately, they were just jokes on the main roster.
You know what? The less we talk about that, the happier we'll be tonight.
And you've got one of the most dominant TNA NWA Tag Team Champions in AMW, and they're just clearing Connor out, and now Kenny King.
I mean, you talk about the original tag team days of TNA. You talk about Team 3D. You talk about Team Canada. You talk about America's Most Wanted. Oh! Last call, super kick. That's a super kick for you folks.
Oh, super kick.
Wait a minute. What they doing? Chris Harris grabbing James Storm and Sheldon G. Whoa! Codebreaker. And Scott D'Amore. Wow! God! Pop-up power bomb! And what they doing here? And Eric Young getting the call from the coach. And Eric Young cooking Sheldon G up. Pile driver! Cover! 2, Team Canada with the win!
That was awesome. Getting to see those guys back in the ring, teaming up together. Bobby Roode, of course, we touched on, went on to an illustrious career, but Chris Harris kind of, once he had that fail push to the title, man, he never really recovered. So it's always good to see him get back in there and show that he still got it.
You know, I have to say, like, even though Sheldon G took a beating in this match, I could only imagine what must have been like for him to be in the ring with these Impact legends.
For real.
And speaking of being in the ring, last week we saw Feast or Fire unfold, and we saw who was able to grab a briefcase. It was Chris Bay, who grabbed the briefcase number 3, the first one to grab a briefcase, followed by Crazy Steve, who literally stabbed Brian Myers in the gut with a fork. And Moose was like, okay, you're crazy. Go ahead, grab the briefcase. And then
God. Are we going to get the results, though?
I think we're about to get the results after we saw Chris Bay literally throw himself over the top onto the field and still run away with the briefcase. Again, Chris Bay, William Mara, Moose, and freaking Crazy Steve. One of these 4 is getting a pink slip. One of these 4 is getting an Impact World Championship opportunity. The other 2, your guess is as good as mine. Kyle, always
getting a pink slip.
Always appreciate. Again, Crazy Steve says, we're witnessing the birth of something beautiful, terrifying Tom Hannigan. Back at Victory Road, we're witnessing the end of whatever he's trying to create. And Uya Mara and Joe Hendry that played Keep Away with Semi Callahan. Please give Joya the moment. Please give her the chance. I need to call this at Bound for Glory.
That was a fun spot. Them playing hot potato with the
Semi Callahan. And then you called it until the freaking War Machine Rhino came into play off our screen, and Gore Steve Macklin into this week. Again, it was Macklin that injured Rhino in the first place, so I guess that classic phrase, you reap what you sow. Fuck!
Yeah, but he's not justified in his actions. But you know something? I hope this means Steve Macklin moves on to win Call Your Shot Gauntlet.
And look who's there to overlook the proceedings.
Oh, God, no. All
right. Who's getting an Impact World title shot? Who's getting a pink slip? We're about to find out here. Oh, boy. I always hated this gimmick. I'm not going to lie. As long as I've followed this company, I've always hated this gimmick. And last week.
Oh, God. Oh, look. Ace Austin is with Chris Bay right there.
Yeah, it might be for the last time, Dantilla.
Don't say that. Oh, my God.
I'm being a realist here. I'm unbiased. I'm being a realist.
Oh, Team 3D?
You know, you can say what you want about Bully Ray and the character Mina. You cannot argue when it comes to that man's cred to this company particularly. Team 3D. Imagine Team 3D getting one last run in Impact Wrestling. I'd be for it.
I would love to see Team 3D versus ABC.
I agree. Who goes for the table first?
Or them against the Rascals.
Of course, you saw Brother Devon. After 7 long years, Team 3D. Good grief. Preach it, Brother Devon.
Testify.
After having back surgery, too.
That's crazy. I didn't even know he had gone through all that. He'd been out of the limelight for so long.
Right. Testify!
You did it better than I did.
And what can I say? I'm a man that lives for the business. A simple man. Anyway, Team 3D, thank you.
Thank you,
Although
Team 3D.
I did kind of wish they had a much more caliber team. Well, here we go. David LaGreca, from busted open to briefcases open.
Oh, God. I'm so nervous.
So we got world opportunity, tag team opportunity, digital meet opportunity, and pink slip.
Okay, so no X Division title shot.
No, because they had Ultimate X.
That makes sense. So
okay,
this is Feast or Fire. And you know, I kind of like that because it didn't overkill the X Division. And it does, again, the Digital Championship is an existing title, and it is a new opportunity. Oh, boy.
Okay. I need to know. God.
That's the reason why JJ's here. All right. Champions. Uya and Joe Henry become champions. I believe they become champions. Please.
Champions. Tag team champion.
Champions. What does Chris Bay hope to find?
Yeah.
They want the tag titles. About to say, They're overdue
Oh,
for
they
a
both
rematch.
want the tag team title shots.
Well, they both could be champions. I mean, you know, the freaking and perfect. We got the founder here, also for Feast or Fire, the most important moment of the night besides the main event. They want the what the hell? Everyone wants the tag team championship.
I'm the tag team champion. No, sorry.
Let's not go that. Let's not go down that.
Sorry, wrong company. Go ahead. Y'all good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm still calling it. Crazy Steve has the world title. Moose has the pink slip. Bay has the digital media, and Joya's got the tag shot.
I'm gonna say this right now. Briefcases have not been this important since Deal or No Deal.
Steve.
All right, what's Crazy Steve got?
Deal. No deal.
What Crazy Steve? Open
He's
the case,
happy.
turn around. Crazy Steve.
Digital media. Okay, I'm already wrong.
Crazy Steve versus Tommy Dreamer.
Oh, digital media title.
Okay, so Crazy Steve is not fired.
Tommy Dreamer's going to die.
I agree.
Oh, Tommy Dreamer's definitely losing.
He had a good run, what, 30 years or something like that?
Yeah, you know, hot wife, great kids.
As Crazy Steve continues to preach madness and walks away. All right. Moose. Number 2. Open your case. And Moose has claimed.
Oh, he's praying. Let me see.
What do you got?
Man, that was Steve Macklin's case. So.
Well, yeah.
World title!
Uh-oh.
Alex Shelley versus
Oh!
Alex Shelley's going to die.
I think Moose might call his shot sooner rather than later, but that means.
Oh my God! You know what this means? Steve Macklin's going to be pissed.
Is going to get fired.
Good thing we have Nola because
that was his briefcase.
Steve Macklin has a legit beef here.
Forgive me if I walk away in anger. Oh boy,
it'll be okay, Noah. Just hang on.
Oh my God.
Chris Bay, number 3.
Oh God.
Open.
Chris Bay doesn't have the pink slip.
Oh God.
We're in trouble here on this platform.
And Chris Bay has claimed.
God, no, God.
Chris Bay. No.
Can't
No!
Chris Bay got the tag team opportunity, which means you're fired.
Oh! Look at Joe Henry.
Fuck!
Oh, this must mean he's going back to Japan.
I guess. God bless it.
Make it official.
Just open it. Just
oh
open
God,
it.
they really had to play this music?
This is so sad.
See you down the road.
He's on down the road.
Oh.
The one chance that Noah Datilla had for JJ to believe in Joe Hendry. And now that's it. It's over. It's all over. It's all over.
God.
It's all over now.
No,
It could have been good, but it's over now.
Well, I guess that means he's going back to Japan, right?
I would think so at this point.
Well, no, what it means is
my heart is broken right now.
What it means is we all will always have Nola to believe in, and that's okay.
My heart is so broken right now, you guys.
I'm extremely sad. I'm extremely sad. Uemura had a hell of a run, a hell of a fun time with Joe Henry. I believe that Joe could have been champion, but now I guess I just have to believe that Uemura could be a champion somewhere else. Wherever Excursion takes him. Thank you, Uya, for your impact.
Yeah, thank you, Yuya.
God damn it. That just... Well, anyway,
happy things, Noah. As of their social story 20 minutes ago, my friends in Vegas are in downtown Disney.
Well,
they have arrived.
And so as Trey McGill, as we continue away here at Impact 1000, the future unknown for Uemura, but one thing is known. Trey McGill does have a huge opportunity in front of him to overcome the former longest reigning Impact World Champion, the standard, the Iron Man of this company, walking weapon, Josh Alexander, as action continues.
Oh,
fuck, man, that really just.
We must perk up the pace here. It's so sad with that, with the loss of Joya. Oh, goodness.
I always fucking hated that wretched gimmick. Ah! Damn it! And some takes it's time to die at the reverse battle royale.
Oh my goodness.
Guys, I can't even talk right now.
I'm fine. I got you, Densilla. Josh Alexander, of course, like I said, will also be a part, as Trey will be part of the UK Invasion Tour that starts October 26th and concludes October 29th in commentary. Bell rings are underway. Josh Alexander, Trey Miguel, first time ever one-on-one encounter. And of course, Will Ospreay will not only be involved in Bound for Glory, but will also be involved at Turning Point.
Wait, can you guys hear the background noise or no?
What?
Can you guys able to hear background noise or no?
I heard a dog barking earlier, but I haven't heard anything since. And Trey Miguel over the top. Whoa. As it actually continues, and I'm trying to keep things going here, and up and over, Trey Miguel using speed right now. Whoa, flip off the apron. We are looking at a match here of two former X Division champions. And again, like I said, Josh Alexander, the former longest reigning Impact World Champion, and also shortest, for those that remember that too. From the worst to the best. And up the ropes, and Trey Miguel with the drop down. Josh Alexander catches Trey up in the electric chair position. Uh-oh. Whoa, wow, look at that decision. Oh, man. What a beautiful transition. High angle German suplex.
Guys, I have to go. Hopefully I can come back for the main event, but if not, it's been fun.
All right, that's keep us posted. You know you're always here to make an impact. We appreciate you. Me and JJ will hold down the fort till you return. For now, power down. See you soon. Well, JJ, again, we talked about the expectations of Josh Alexander and Trey Miguel. Oh, we're seeing a first display here. You even said yourself, Josh Alexander is a phenomenal wrestler. He might be the best athlete in Impact Wrestling. Cover, lateral press, and 2 count only. But Trey Miguel, he's savvy. He's got that sort of instinct behind him. He's got youth. He also has trickery. There's a reason why he and Zachary Wentz, who you do see in his corner, are the current Impact World Tag Team Champions.
And you figure Josh Alexander has got to keep his eyes peeled, not just for Trey Miguel, but for Wentz there in the corner as well. You know, they don't call them the Rascals for nothing. I'm sure it would not be beyond the realm of possibility to see him get in the ring and do whatever it took to help his partner get the victory here.
I mean, the Rascals basically developed shenanigans after you already established it, if we're being perfectly honest here. Then right now, Josh Alexander taking a Trey up in the fireman's carry. Trey now on the apron. Josh Alexander, though, hung him out to dry across the top rope and might be looking for, Trey Miguel, it's the shot you don't see. That's always the worst. And Zachary Wentz able to scout it and save his boy from the falling cross body. Again, right now, Josh is like, what the hell is Zachary Wentz doing? But again, that might be the distraction. Trey Miguel, Trey Miguel flies! Tope hello! And again, like you said, took advantage with the distraction. Trey Miguel in the driver's seat. And we also got to consider Josh Alexander and that surgically repaired left torn tricep. We got to see if Trey Miguel will try to exploit that here as this match continues. Again, folks, welcome back to our coverage of Impact Wrestling 1000 Part 2. We are currently looking at Trey Miguel versus Josh Alexander. For those that are just tuned in, Dirty Dangle lost to Jake Something. Ultimate X was won by Alan Angels. Uyamare has been fired. Moose has a world opportunity. Moose has a world title opportunity. Chris Bay has a tag team title opportunity. Crazy Steve has going to be a championship opportunity. And also we saw Team Canada and America's Most Wanted unite in 8-man tag team action, beating the Design, Sheldon Jean, and Kenny King.
And that is still the craziest thing that I've ever seen when you think about their history with each other. And then you figured we saw Chase Stevens of the Naturals backstage as well. And there's a whole lot of history between the Naturals and AMW as well.
All the originals coming out tonight. That's the can. All the originals. Good grief. Trey Miguel with the double stop at the arm ringer. And Trey Miguel with the cover. Not enough byweight there. Emphatic kick out. Powering kick out by Josh Alexander.
I'm just waiting to hear the sounds of wee woo fill the arena.
Don't wish that into existence. Don't, damn it, don't.
Noah, say what you will about the performer and his wife today. We would not be here celebrating 1,000 episodes if it wasn't for that man and his father 21 years ago.
I admit, look, I've already given Jeff Jarrett his flowers based on what his family's done for the business. It doesn't mean I have to like where he's at right now, especially with that wretched witch. And I don't need to go back to her time involved in this company. Send the Knockouts division back a decade. Cover 2, no.
And I'm not wishing that either, but it would be cool for him to come out with his current family, figure Jay Lethal, former X Division champion, Sanjay Dutt, ran through the X Division, Karen Jarrett, obviously, and come out here, give a quick speech in the middle of the ring. How awesome would that be, really?
That'd probably be pretty nostalgic. I'm not
Thank
gonna lie.
you, Noah. Thank you.
Like I said,
you don't have to like them to give them their flowers. And that's all I ask, is that you acknowledge the fact, Roman Reigns style, put your one up in the air, that would be a cool moment on our 1001 episode of Impact.
Now, how fitting, we put the one up for our 1,001 episodes of Impact Wrestling, but I'll give you that. And meanwhile, oh, God! Damn! Miguel landed on his face with that German suplex release. That was ridiculous. Again, like I said, I'm unbiased. I'm 100% unbiased. So I will give credit where credit's due. I will not discount any sort of contribution to the industry, particularly done by that family, especially when it comes to what became Impact Wrestling from TNA.
Thank you. That's all I ask.
All right, well, there you go. And right now, Josh Alexander squaring off against Trey Miguel. Forearm shivers left and right.
Yeah, just giving those forearm smashes, rocking Trey Miguel.
Oh
Chop
my God.
sends him bent over the middle rope there.
The best impersonation of a slinky. The concave in the chest. Oof. Get to the midsection, though, and Trey Miguel trying to fight back here. Average whip. Josh Alexander. And Trey sends the ropes up. And the lights. Back body drop.
Answer me this, Noah. I get wrestling as a choreographed dance, if you will, but why would you feed a technical wrestling beast like Josh Alexander your head? I'm just saying, like, there are so many things that man could do when you feed him yourself bent over in that position. I don't know if I would just willingly offer my head and neck up to him, especially after seeing what Jon Moxley went through last night on Grand Slam Dynamite. I'm just saying.
I feel like some people are just masochists for punishment, truly trying to test the limits of the human body and themselves in the process. To go with your point after that ridiculous F10 by freaking Josh Alexander straight out of Toronto for a near fall, looking for Jay Driller. But yeah, this is one of those things where it's like, when you're facing somebody that's technical, that could curve your neck and drop you on your head like Josh Alexander, why would you try and literally risk them exploiting that? Unless you're trying to lure them into false security. But are you confident enough to do that as well? As we saw Trey Miguel able to rock the head of Josh Alexander for a near fall. But yeah, the amount of times that Trey Miguel has literally been tossed to the wayside on his head and neck, you would think by now he learned his lesson after almost getting J drilled. Whoa! Looking for the Meteora. And meanwhile, Trey Miguel, there you go. Working the surgery repair, torn tricep. PK kick after an arm wrench. God damn, with a clothesline with the right.
Nonchalant clothesline at that. Like, that was kind of lazy from Alexander. Still turned Trey Miguel inside out. That just goes to show the sheer strength of Josh Alexander.
Or the speed that Trey Miguel chose to put himself through that. His own momentum being his own worst enemy, because he damn sure got some high velocity on that. High velocity, your next Impact Plus special. And up in the fireman's carry on the second rope. Trey Miguel trying to fight back here. Trey Miguel right now withstanding the onslaught of the current Iron Man of Impact Wrestling, Josh Alexander. That's a headache clap and off the ring pole. Wow! Taking Alexander up and over off the top rope, landing hard on the lower spine and lumbar. And once again, looking for the high-risk district for the fifth for Bang Bang Meteora!
But he got caught. Turns into the ankle lock.
And shout out to the all-time great Kurt Angle. The Trey, though, able to scout it and throws Josh Alexander to the outside. Using the former champ's momentum against him. Oh, and a killer run by Zachary Wentz with a knee strike. And again, the referee checking on Trey. Referee didn't see anything. Wait a minute. Look who's coming down the back of your screen, JJ.
Alex Shelley, the champion.
Oh! A spit second, a belt to the face! That's interesting considering what happened last week with these two. And meanwhile, Trey Miguel might be looking for Scorpion Kick, maybe a lightning spiral. No, Josh counter. Oh! Big old elbow. Meanwhile, double underhook. Jay Driller! Cover!
2-3. That is
Josh
it.
Alexander with the win. Just like that. I don't think that Josh Alexander was aware of Alex Shelley even coming out at all for this match, JJ.
And it's very interesting because if I remember correctly, originally billed for tonight, it was supposed to be Alexander versus Shelley. It got changed to Trey Miguel at the last minute. So I'm kind of curious about that, how that plays into the story here.
Well, he's got Mike, so maybe we'll learn something here. And actually, it was supposed to be Trey Miguel versus Alex Shelley for the.
My bad. Okay, so Josh Alexander was the substitute, but still,
yeah,
Shelley was supposed to be in this match tonight.
But let's think about that. Last week and at Emergence, Alex Shelley turned his back on Josh Alexander. Oh, and he's reminding him about it. Again, I feel like Alex Shelley is trying to prove a point to Josh Alexander. I think Alex Shelley still believes he is in Josh Alexander's shadow.
What the hell? It is not me, Noah.
Who did that? Damn it! Jeff! What the hell, man?
Just the Founders music. What? What happened? What happened? What happened?
Freaking.
I am Shaggy over here. It wasn't me, Noah.
I will say this. While we're not in his world, we are right now in Alex Shelley's world, and Josh Alexander looks to take Alex Shelley out of it. Now made official, Josh Alexander is calling his shot for the title he never lost. Alex Shelley, Josh Alexander, Impact World Championship, bound for glory.
We're not going to
get that win.
We're not going to get the music back
here. There it is! Will Ospreay goes one-on-one with Speedball Mike Bailey at Bound for Glory.
All right.
Oh,
there
shit.
We go.
I'll take that one, too. I'm here for that.
Oh, man.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh.
Angle's theme was done. No, it was awesome. Quiet, you in the chat.
Good. Jeff proved me off guard.
Angle's was good, though. Angle's theme in TNA is freaking awesome.
Angle's theme was kick-ass in TNA. You kidding me?
Angle's always had good music, for real.
True.
So was Jarrett. I mean, even the slow country I thought was always good for Double J.
At least with my baby tonight, had more lyrics that made sense than My World. that song made no damn sense lyrically.
And Noah sang it anyway, and it'll be on the album at the end of the year. No, that's what I call Music Volume 1.
Yes.
Anyway, as we don't look back necessarily at the past, we look towards the present and the future. We got Jonathan Gresham, one of the most pure wrestlers ever, former Raw Pro champion, basically having a chat with Speedball Mike Bailey, who has been one of his greatest adversaries and competitors as well.
Gresham, I think it's a bad retroactive rep because of not being there, not coming off unreliable at times. And that sucks because he's a solid wrestler, man.
See, it's funny, and I would say that he gets a bad retro rep because of the stuff that his woman said.
Well, I wasn't going to go there with Jordan because she's coming up in the main event, but yeah, you're not wrong, man.
I will go there because I think that's the reason a lot of people turned on him.
Well,
and it's one of the main reasons why I'm not her biggest fan.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, we just found out that Speedball Mike Bailey has challenged Jonathan Gresham one-on-one, and I imagine that's probably going to be next week in Impact Wrestling. Meanwhile, the Rascals are a little bit upset as Skylar of the Good Hands right now trying to counsel Trey Miguel after getting dropped on his head and neck.
I mean, when would you counsel after Josh Alexander does that to you?
But also the Good Hands are trying to cash in on their investment here. Again, the Good Hands have been assisting. Oh, that's right. Wait a second. The Good Hands are looking for a handout from the Impact World Tag Team Champions. And it just so happens that Chris Bay and ABC, the former Impact with Tag champs, screwed by the Good Hands, have an officially guaranteed tag team title opportunity.
I think we know what the tag title match is going to be at Bound for Glory, gentlemen.
If they get that far with it, they may drop in their head right now.
Again, the Good Hands right now might want to make sure that they have good enough hands to. Well, never mind. The champions left.
There you go.
Say it amongst yourselves.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Either way, Good Hands are looking for a handout. Chris Bay literally has the opportunity in hand. I think we know what's next. But again, how much more evidence do you need? The Good Hands literally screw job. The Good Hands literally cost ABC the damn titles. That's the only reason the Rascals are the champions.
Here you go. Talk amongst yourselves. We'll give you a topic. The Good Hands. Neither good nor hands. Discuss.
Well, let's go ahead and discuss our upcoming pay-per-view. Again, next time we talk about wrestling, it will be Bound for Glory that occurs Saturday, October 21st. Now official, Alex Shea looks for the win he lost on last year. Alex Shea defends the Impact World Championship against Josh Alexander. And as we just learned, Will Ospreay makes his debut and goes up against Speedball Mike Bailey. I cannot believe Will Ospreay, Speedball. Will Ospreay, Speedball Mike Bailey. Let's freaking go.
Yeah, and somebody in the room, I'll just point and whistle. Actually, both of you are going to be simply predicting all that and much more.
Oh, God,
Yes.
I'm crazy. Yeah, that's true. Again, so much wrestling. And speaking of wrestling, next week, it will be Tommy Dreamer and Heath Slater taking on Kenny King and Sheldon Jean in a Memphis street fight, as well as the Undisputed Championship to be on the line, as Alan Angels did call a shot and will challenge Chris Sabin for the title. And after that little sit-down moment ago, next week, it is Speedball Mike Bailey versus Jonathan Gresham 5. And Ilya Yamera has his goodbye ceremony as well next week.
That's a
He
shame.
bids Impact Wrestling goodbye.
That is a shame.
Okay.
But
Joya
what's
may
not
be
a shame,
gone.
coming
We
up
don't know.
next, Generational Knockout Summit. 10 knockout action. Trinity, Grace, Mickey James, Gail Kim, and Austin Cobb, Rasha Steed take on Dion Prazo, Tasha Steele, Show Shots, Evans, Angela Love, and Velvet Sky. And the time is now.
I'm going to need the cue for when to say my line because I don't have it on TV.
No worries.
I think we'll have you covered. But I know who's on TV right now, the true juggernaut of the Knockouts division in history. Awesome Kong.
I was going to say the original woman to be considered that bitch.
Fact.
It is very rare I will say this word associated with woman, but Kong is a bad motherfucker.
Accurate.
Agreed.
She a bad mother. Oh, man.
I dare you to find another woman in this industry that you can put that adjective with, and it actually is 100% accurate.
Jade has the potential to get there because she badass, but she not quite bad mother effer yet.
No.
TNA Hall of Famer, by the way, Awesome Kong,
right.
tagging alongside her rival, Frenemy for Life, and also Impact Wrestling Hall of Famer, Gail Kim. Again, Awesome Kong literally took the title from Gail Kim back in 2008 as a two-time Knockouts World Champ. And speaking of where she took the title from, here is the inaugural Knockouts Champion in this company's history. We're just talking about the seven-time freaking champion and the Hall of Famer herself, Gail Kim.
Great googly moogly.
Talk about defining a division, defining a legacy. First won the title back in 2007. Record time, seven-time Knockouts World Champion, former Knockouts Tag Team Champion as well with Madison Rayne. Again, the first ever knockout feud was these two.
Yeah. Now it's time for a little bit of hardcore country there, Noah.
Yeah.
Well, from one great to another great, as you literally alluded to. I was so glad to see her come back to Impact Wrestling Live in 2021. We thought she was on her last rodeo and said adios, and here she is back once again. Impact 1001, Hardcore Country, Mickey James, the former five-time Knockouts champion, who at one point beat Velvet Sky for the title in 2013 and first won the championship against Madison Rayne, risking her own hair back at Lockdown 2011.
I dare say the next knockout to enter the Hall of Fame after
Or at least she should be.
But
And
the
you
thing is,
can't
about
have
Devin Anthony on the
knockout.
other side. So,
But you can't have the knockout celebration without hardcore country. Holla if you hear me on that.
Absolutely not.
And speaking of which, here comes Big Mama Pump and the current juggernaut of the Knockouts division, finally overcoming her rival in this generation of this incredible division, Jordan Grace. Of course, Jordan Grace, the first ever digital media champion, the only ever Queen of the Mountain winner, and a former two-time Knockouts world champion, beating La Logataya Valkyrie back in 2020, stopping her incredible run. And of course, the juggernaut was halted back at Summerverse in 2020 against somebody she's very familiar with, La Virtuosa. But she is everything she says she is. She is a juggernaut.
I think if anybody had the potential to be the next female to win the knockout, to win the world title, had she not put her foot in her mouth, I think it would have been Jordan Grace, because she's got that, like I said, she's Big Mama Pump, and she's got that believability that she could do what only Tessa Blanchard has done before her.
Well, talk about believability. Talk about literally putting it all on the line. Talk about proving something to yourself. How about this face you thought you never would see in Impact Wrestling? The current Knockouts World Champion, Trinity. Talk about an all-star team. Again, I would say right now, Trinity is in the brightest glow in her entire career.
Absolutely.
Current Knockouts World Champion, of course, who beat the Virtuosa for it back at Summerversary, handing her first ever submission loss and repeating that result back at Emergence. Trinity has proven not only she belongs in this Knockouts division, she can be a leader of it. This is going to be the greatest summit of knockouts in the history of this company, and what could be one of the greatest matches, the continued legacy of the Knockouts division. This 10 Knockout Summit, our Impact Wrestling 1000 main event, is just ahead. As we come back, here comes Tasha Steeles, who is literally somebody that will do whatever it takes to always prove to you that she is as real as it gets. Former Knockouts World Tag Team Champion, former Knockouts World Champion, and truth be told, she is the one that beat Mickie James for the title after winning the only ever Knockouts Ultimate X. Tasha Steeles backs up that bad attitude with some strong flavor and results.
When you got that attitude, you got to back it up.
She's all attitude, if you didn't know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I knew.
Go through the NWA for that matter.
Yep.
Of course,
here they come, Noah.
Well, I don't need to say anything else.
It's almost that time, Jeff. Get ready. Well, I'll let you know when, but here they come.
They cleanse the world one ugly person at a time as Knockouts World Champions and Tag Champions, enforcing their own form of Knockouts law after Tracy Brooks first created it. Do I need to say anything else with what's on my screen in the adorned sparkle and black and pink? The beautiful people have arrived.
Making their way down the entrance ramp as only they can.
Oh, Jesus.
They can't.
Angelina Love, Velvet Sky. Please.
And Angelina Love with a little bit of a Rick Rude moment this evening as she challenged Athena for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship.
And spoiler alert, by the way, folks. Yes. Athena's still unstoppable.
As she do.
Here we go, God. Jeff.
All right, folks.
3, 2, 1.
But what the pivot loose on Impact Wrestling? By God, today or whoever that Noah. Sorry, I got a little copy in a moment there.
You know what? It's all good. I knew Jeff was going to have his moment. I think Jeff's life's complete. He just got to call it the pigeons loose for freaking beautiful people.
Velvet, that's for
congratulations, achievement.
Yeah,
Jesus, cameraman, come on,
achievement unlocked.
Level up.
And you'll find that call on Now. That's what I call Open Mic Night, Volume 1.
That's right. Even though I botched it, I call him doing today, but it's okay because today's a Hall of Famer too. By God.
Shout out to Lacey Von Erich and Madison Rain, also former beautiful people. Of course.
Are they both there?
No, but that's what that's.
That'd be awkward. Lacey and Madison were there.
I mean, if that much beautiful people are on the screen, I think Jeff would lose himself.
Right.
Yes, I would lose myself in the moment and lose all control. That's accurate.
And of course, right now, again, we have Deanna Purrazzo, the Virtuosa, Lama Shireen, and Savannah Evans. This 10 Knockout Summit is about to become underway. our official here in this all knockout summit, Allison Lee. This truly, ladies and gentlemen, is the personification of women's professional wrestling. Power right away! Oh,
and it looks like it's going to be Angelina Love and Trinity starting things off.
A 6-time Knockouts World Champion, Angelina Love, who lost it to another great knockout, Tara Lisa Von Marie, back in 2009. And of course, the first time Angelina Love, of course, won it was in a steel cage at Lockdown against Awesome Kong and Taylor Wilde. Again, the way the knockouts have evolved, progressed, showcased, and shook it, and shown it, continues to lead the industry today, JJ.
Yeah, without question. I mean, Angelina Love back in those days was one of those women that you look at, for all intents and purposes, like a Barbie doll. I mean, you even look at her here right now. The long blonde hair, a lot of it extension, the pink outfit, the surgical enhancements. You know, she looks like your Barbie doll girl. But you get her in that ring, and she helped define the knockouts division in that era. She was a bitch who could go, as Trinity does a split on Angelina's chest there.
Yeah, I just saw the jiggles. So wait till I see the split that you're talking about here. Good God for the former cheerleader. Got all of it, man. And she's sitting deep on that. Talk about a different review for Angelina Love.
Right.
But I digress. I'm just going to say this right now. There's only 2 people I know that could don the pink and sparkle and make it believable for me that they're also great professional wrestling. That's Mariah May of Stardom and Angelina Love of the Beautiful People.
There you go.
And I'll just leave it at that. Angelina Love right now controlling the champion. Trinity in the corner. Again, Trinity, the newest face of the Knockouts division, quite literally made her debut earlier this year in Chicago, now leads it as champion. And that does make me wonder who is going to step up to the Knockouts World Champion next. We know Jordan Grace just made her return, and Jordan Grace no longer has that stipulation where, okay, that's a different form of a vibrator.
And having just finally vanquished Deonna Purrazzo, you got to figure she's next in line there.
Well, I mean, impromptu #1 contender. Oh, baby. Jordan Grace, Deonna Purrazzo, fight forever, please, and thank you. Oh, Giselle Shaw, you quintessential diva. That's what she literally is, in case you're wondering, folks. The rising knee strike. And again, folks, stay tuned for Talk Wrestling following the conclusion of this Impact Wrestling live watch on coverage broadcast. And, of course, it will be across JMN Multiverse and NoTQ outlets. So stay tuned for Talk Wrestling with good old JM Jeff Meacham. Nice scoop slam there by Jordan Grace. Of course, Jordan Grace and Giselle Shaw no strangers to each other. Previously faced each other one-on-one when Jordan Grace was the Knockouts World Champion. And to think, why Giselle Shaw has been here maybe for a little bit over a year, the amount of opportunity she has put herself at the forefront of goes to her cover. And that is coming in for it. She may not have capitalized and won the gold, but she has had plenty of opportunity to showcase what she's made of. Oh, no. And shows Savannah Evans, she can kick her in the face. And now Grace, once again, in control. Again, calls herself the Black Widow. You are no Black Widow. No. Tad and Mickie James. Of course, Mickie James faced Giselle Shaw during her last rodeo, JJ. We thought Mickie James was done after that. Whoa!
Yeah, Mickie James had said that whenever she lost the championship, she would be done. Thank God it was an injury that took her out. Still got her back for a little while. I wonder if Bound for Glory may be her retirement match now, Noah. Well, we'll try to set that up. If Bound for Glory was always going to be her target finish.
Well, there is one person she hasn't beaten that has gotten the better of her, JJ, and she's squaring up for her right now face-to-face in the ring. Tasha Steelz can back up what she says. She has been the greatest as Mickie James sealed up with a kiss. Oh, Tasha Steelz beat Mickie James for the Knockouts World Championship. Took advantage of her emotional situation, of course. Back at Sacrifice, Mickie James has yet to beat Tasha Steelz. And a snapmare. And Mickie James looking to follow up here. Nice single leg kick. Rocking Tasha. Oh, and slapped the taste out of her mouth.
And that's another potential challenger for Trinity, considering Mickie never lost the title. Maybe she'll get the opportunity to reclaim it.
And, of course, Deonna Purrazzo is still looking to claim the one win she has yet to get as well. Deonna Purrazzo has never beaten Mickie James either. Mickie James has bested the Virtuosa twice, including taking the title from her at Bound for Glory 2 years ago. And now Tasha Steelz, drives Mickie James hard down to the mat. Again, the virtuosa. I cannot talk enough about her greatness in being the leader, the main event, the face of the Knockouts. Long may she reign. The 3-time Knockouts World Champion, former wrestler, Knockout of the Year, voted by the fans. First ever Impact Homecoming Queen. Jeez, peace, just dropped her like that. The only Iron Woman in TNA Impact Wrestling Knockouts history. The virtuosa has done it all for the last 3 years. Ooh, man, Savannah Evans, just a big old heavy mean heater. Looking to take a bite on Mickie James. She's called a cannibal for a reason, JJ.
Let me ask you, Noah, if you're Mickie James, who do you get the tag to? Because neither Gail Kim nor Awesome Kong have gotten into this match yet. It's been all Trinity, Mickie, and Jordan.
Well, at this point, if you got the heaviest player on the opposite side, I would definitely bring in your heaviest hitter from your side. I would carry Awesome Kong in here and let these juggernauts, these titans, clash for the first time ever. And Savannah Evans fighting back here against Mickie James. Mickie James trying to come back here and catches her with a net breaker.
And this could be Mickey's opportunity here.
Nope, too close to the corner. Dion Purrazzo, immediately aware of the situation, picks the ankle as Mickie James looks for the tag, up kick, and Mickie James crawls over. Tag to Gail Kim! Now, this is something special. Gail Kim, Dion Purrazzo met back at Rebellion. Literally was like a passing of the torch type moment. Again, the first ever Knockouts World Champion, the record 7-time Knockouts World Champion, and a former TNA Tag Team Champion with Madison Rayne.
First woman inducted in the Hall of Fame as well there, Noah.
That's right. And also, I would say lead booker and pioneer for this Knockouts division still to this day. Oh, God. Again, started her career, started trailblazing the way for women in wrestling in 2007 in TNA. 2-for-1 special takes the show on Dion Purrazzo up and over. Gail Kim still got it.
Yeah, she does. Gail Kim never lost it.
Damn right.
Shoot. WWE totally missed the boat with her.
Wouldn't be the first time WWE missed opportunity with an incredible talent just waiting to be literally groomed for success. But I digress. Oh! Velvet Sky just took Gail Kim off face first to the floor. That was a nasty impact, pun intended.
You got to figure Kong saw that, and she's going to be ready to get in there and get vengeance for her friend. You know, the rivalry that Gail Kim and Awesome Kong had, Noah. I always thought it was going to end up being revealed in WWE that Gail is who brought Karma to the E. I always thought that would have been a great storyline. Have Karma run through all the women there, get to Gail Kim. You think that she's going to decimate her, and they embrace in the ring.
Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be any embracement after this match, though, with this 10 combustible element stomach here as Tasha Steelz right now just wailing away at Gail Kim, driving her face first in the apron, and Gail Kim has been unable to get out of the gates. I recently watched back in the early days when Gail Kim tagged alongside Eric Young against Bobby Roode and Tracy Brooks. That's how far back I go when it comes to TNA. It's a cover by Tasha Steelz in the middle of the ring and a 2 count.
Gail reaching out, but she's reaching towards the wrong corner.
Well, again, she might not know where she is right now. She was dropped face first, and right now you see her trapped in the camel clutch, accolade, whatever you want to call it, by Tasha Steelz, cutting off the breathing, working that lower lumbar spine, and we all know how many surgeries Gail Kim has had in her career. It's part of the reason why she's not a full-time competitor anymore, JJ, but she still wrestles once in a while. She's even gone back to Smash Wrestling, her home roots in Canada. Oh,
that's fair.
And right now, the most incredible knockout in this division is alongside Angelina Love, another original.
Here's some history here.
And no love lost released. Are you kidding me? And a sidewalk slam.
Oof.
Big power slam cover.
For the pinfall, hook the leg.
You notice the moment of hesitation, though, that Angelina Love took in the moment and didn't go for the cover. That was the moment Gail Kim needed to get out of that. Excuse me.
Giselle Shaw back in now.
Yeah, Giselle Shaw, no stranger to jaw-jacking Gail Kim. Wanting to show that she is the face of the knockout. She is the one that holds the spotlight. Gail Kim picking up speed, though, trying to come up around and over. Oh, look at that.
Great maneuvering there by Gail Kim. Has her trapped in that submission.
It's like a modified tarantula of sorts, literally tying up Gail Kim. Oh. and just ramming Gail Kim in the turnbuckle. The only way you could have broke that hold besides falling over and possibly passing out. Wrenching hard on that shoulder. And again, both women are in need of a tag in this incredible 10 Knockout Summit main event on Impact 1000 generational knockout summit here. I want to give a shout out to some of the other great knockouts that have been for this company. Whether it was Serena, the half bat breaker, shock it off. There's a cover by Giselle to win Impact 1000. And Vicky James breaks it up. I'm just waiting for this thing to break down. You know it's going to happen. You talk about Brooke Tessmarker. You talk about Jade. You talk about Terrence Harrell. You talk about Serena. You talk about Taylor Wilde. R.I.P. to Daphne. You talk about the bunny. Yeah, Allie. You talk about, of course, Rosemary, who's stuck in the undead realm. You talk about, of course, we talk about, the fact that this division has continued evolving itself over the last 16 years. Put that in perspective, folks. ODB, boom! The only one, by the way, to hold both the Knockouts tag and the men's tag team championships. I still think that's incredibly ridiculous, but I digress.
We've mentioned them before, but Tara, Winter, you said Sarita. What about Rosita? What about Shelly Martina?
Yep.
You know, when she performed here as Selena's.
See. Taya Valkyrie, of course.
Trinity.
And, yeah. Talking about the Trinity. Deron Prazo off the ropes. And, both Gail Kim and Deanna Klein in the middle of the ring. I'm not sure who got the worst of that.
Gail's definitely needs that tag. Deanna, I think, could still hang in there if she needs to, but Gail is just so battered and beaten. And there's the tag to Khan.
Oh, yes, unleashed.
Shit's about to get real.
Oh, man, boy, did it get real. Now they're all in trouble. Oh, damn. Oh, yes, give me this match. I need Savannah Evans versus Awesome Kong. Oh, my God.
Jesus, just smacking Tasha Steelz.
Tasha, what the hell you think? Oh, baby. This is what I need to see here. Now who's meaner, JJ? Savannah Evans or Awesome Kong? Look at this. No way. If Awesome Kong gets choked, I will jump out of my seat. Oh!
Kong's just got that look on her face like you done fucked with the wrong bitch.
That period. And that's on period. Sorry, Kara Hogan. Shout out to another knockout. Of course, Emma. Oh! And of course, the inspiration that were involved here, Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay. And Awesome Kong pushed to the outside. And it's all breaking down. I think the ref's losing control. Ooh. Nice dual arm ringers there by Deanna Energy of Love. And a real fast press in stereo by Trinity and Mickey James. Of course, former WWE superstars working together. How about that hot shit?
Well, yeah, I mean, you figure everybody on the babyface team is a former WWE superstar except for Jordan Grace.
Right? Kind of crazy when you think about it. The plancha, Trinity wipes the field on the outside, and now we're down to Mickey James and Tasha Steelz. I, by the way, forgot who they go. Oh, that's Hope! By Tasha wipes out Deanna, Trinity. Oh, and Evans just wiped out Mickey with a boot. It's Aubrey out. What the hell?
Airplane spin.
Hey, that's great teamwork. Gail Kim literally uses a freaking helicopter wing by Jordan Grace, wiping out Michelle Shaw and Savannah Evans. And the Shot Tourage right now trying to work together here. And Evans, Michelle Shaw and Jordan Grace now going to the top rope, and Gail Kim looking to join them.
You see all the women kind of gathering together in that corner. Something major is about to happen here
now. Oh, God! And to your point, Gail Kim flies and wipes out the field on the outside. Almost overshot it. Thank Christ they caught her.
And Colin is back in the ring. And so is Giselle Shaw, not the legal woman. I believe Savannah Evans is still legal for the heel team, but that does not matter to Colin right now. It is 1-on-1.
And I don't think honestly at this point even cares anymore either.
Giselle knows what is standing behind her. You can see it on her face. She's like, damn it.
I'm fucked. Yeah, you are. Oh, God. Awesome Kong with the spinning back fist. Those gloved hands, by the way, could literally break a woman's nose. And got her up.
Coming down.
Well, she's dead. I don't think Awesome Kong is done yet, JJ. Oh, come on. Awesome Kong is not ready to remove Giselle Shaw from the spot. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yes.
Implant Buster. Good night,
1,
Shell
2,
Shop.
3. That is
And-
it.
And that is a win for the generation of the past. Awesome Kong, Gail Kim, Mickey James, Jordan Grace, and Trinity with the win in this incredible Knockout Summit and incredible Impact 1000 main event. What a match! Again, the Knockouts, then, now, and forever, leading the way for women professional wrestling 16 years later.
Oh, Jesus.
And the beautiful people, of course, no love lost when they are taken for granted and shown somebody ugly. Yes, bag that idiot. There we go. JMN never looked better.
That's right.
Oh, man. Don't need an ugly stick for that. Just need a good paper bag.
Yeah,
Thank you all so much for joining us and celebrating this incredible milestone where truly I feel that Impact Wrestling has only just begun. For the founder and for the renegade, I'm the Seminole Fosman, and for my color cohort Attila. This is Impact 1000. Don't sleep on them.
Let me ask you this, Noah,
I love this
because
shit.
I know Jeff wasn't able to visibly watch this, so he didn't get to see everything. Did it look to you like Colin was moving a lot slower than she used to?
Yeah, big time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wondering if something is up with her because, you know, and it could just be age. It could be injuries. You know, she retired a
Right.
couple years ago for a very good reason, I'm sure. But she seemed very emotional there at the pinfall. Like almost like she
Yes.
never thought she'd be able to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
And she
Right.
was able to, and she got the victory. You saw the way Gail kind of rushed over to her after the pinfall,
Yeah.
hugged her. You saw the way Mickey kind of rushed over there to her, making sure she was good. She seemed like she was a little bit emotional. And maybe it's just being on that stage again for 1,000 episodes. Maybe it's coming back after injuries. Like I said, being told you'd never do it again and being able to, even at a limited pace and mobility. You notice she was the last one to get in. They threw her to the outside until it was time for the big finish spot. I'm curious if there was something more there.
I think that honestly,
Could be.
JJ, it was more than just a celebration. It was conclusion. I think it was true closure. It's one of those things where I do feel like, again, chasing the dragon. Yes, she's a Hall of Famer. Yes, she's alongside her family for life. What they started 16 years ago feels like it fully came full circle.
Yeah.
Both concluded together instead of bursting each other in victory. And it wasn't about them. It was in celebration in what they breed. They begun what became known as the standard of women's wrestling in the industry. And this standard is far, far from reaching its peak.
Absolutely. That was a hell of a show.
Yes, it was.
I love Impact Wrestling.
I'm here
I
for it,
love
all
the
of it.
knockout. That was a wonderful celebration. I cannot wait to see what's next in 2002. And of course, we got Bound for Glory. We know now 2 matches officially, and more to come. And again, guys, October is on the horizon in Impact Wrestling. They've hit 1,000. Here's to the next 1,000. Let's get to 2,000. Oh man, that's gonna be insane. It was 2 years. It was literally, guys, last year at Emergence, first time ever one-on-one. Alex Shelley came in as challenger, lost to Josh Alexander. It was his first ever Impact World Championship opportunity. Now, 1 year later, Alex Shelley comes in as champion, while Josh never lost the title. So, while Alex Shelley proved he is not transitional, is he truly beyond generational? Can he beat the Standard and the Iron Man? And speaking of beating the absolute best, Will Ospreay versus Speedball Mike Billy, that's a contest that needs no marquee. That just is literally going to be speed up to 11, high octane intensity, the work ethic and the passion of these two. Oh man, I'm ready. I'm so mad I'm not going, but I'm so happy I'm calling it.
Right.
I was going to say, with 2 matches announced like that, can we get your catchphrase, Noah?
I feel like it's fitting because what has literally tonight been about? Because at the end of the day, that's perfection! Professional wrestling. Damn it!
But you digress.
Damn right.
Well, he has to because I'm coming up now. So, you know.
There you go.
And then we'll be back here tomorrow for Rampage.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's not forget about that.
That's all the rest, right? No.
Yeah, exactly. All the wrestling, all the professional wrestling, and sports entertainment.
Oh.
Look, at the end of the day, sports entertainment's okay, but it does not get me wound up as high of a freaking high as professional wrestling. It is what it is with me.
No, but that company's providing us a lot to talk about here on the next show.
That's right. What are we going to do? Meet started at the quarter hour?
We can do that. That works. That'll work.
Give everyone a chance to go potty, get their drinks.
Yes.
Before they tune into the flagship show, Talk Wrestling.
The mothership, baby.
Just so that we don't have to go through shilling everybody's shtick real quick. I'm going to run really quickly the 40-second Friends of the Multiverse trailer, and we'll come back and say our goodbyes.
I dig it.
And there we have it. Follow all the Friends of the Multiverse on their many social media pages. Meacham, we're not even done with the day yet. We gave them 2 hours and 15 minutes this morning talking about the main roster releases. We gave them 45 minutes this afternoon talking about the second round of roster cuts. We then just got done doing a 2 hour and 15 minute, 2 hour and 30 minute coverage of Impact 1000 Night Due. But we're about to say farewell, and you're about to come right back on the air in about 5 minutes for the flagship Talk Wrestling.
There you go, brother. Because of my very likely absence on Saturday due to late work at the house of Mr. Demuse, and then outings afterwards that I have predetermined. We'll be talking about what you guys probably be talking about a lot on Saturday because the E gave us a whole lot to discuss over the next couple nights. So we will be we'll be going over that on my God, I'm sure, but definitely coming up here in just about 5 minutes. Talk Wrestling, the flagship, as JJ called it, the original. The one that really put me on the map, if I'm going to be honest.
Yes.
Much to my dumbfoundedness to this day that it's still a thing. Dude, JJ, it happened at Disneyland the other day with my aunt and uncle and cousin. They asked me, "Hey, aren't you one of the dads on wrestling?" And I went, "Jesus Christ, it happened at work."
Nice. That's awesome.
It was great. It was. I mean, we're really walking out of Galaxy's Edge, and we're just like kind of talking, and then my aunt's like trying to hustle because we were late for dinner, and fat man got to eat. So,
Speaking of hustle, let's go ahead and wrap up and get ourselves out of here so that you can come on the air in about 5 minutes.
Yes.
Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for AEW Rampage Grand Slam, night 3 of 3 in a row of our watch along coverage. Myself and Noah will be back on the call. Thank you again for tuning in to night 2 of Impact 1000. Noah, take us out of here, good sir.
Don't sleep with Impact Wrestling. Folks, again, it's as simple as I always like to say. For what am I but a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling? Damn it! But I digress, as I only wish to always remind you that there are no winners, there are no losers, there are no betters. Just fans with opinions for this passion we all share. At the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, treasure your families, and just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling. It is truly as simple as that. Thank you, Impact.
And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you guys that tune in roughly 5 minutes for Talk Wrestling. Have a good night.
Have a good night, folks.